Hello and welcome back to Metropole Grid. My name is Andre.
I'm Patrick.
Thanks so much for tuning in. How's it going? It's a Thursday. I don't know the date. 11? 12?
It's 11.
11
of July, yeah.
11th of July.
We made it, folks. 2019.
Pat is here this week. Took a week off last week. Glad to see you, man.
Yeah, it was very hot last week.
You're also not feeling good?
What?
I heard that you weren't feeling
The heat really wrecks me. I can't really sleep very well, and I
it's bad.
have trouble kind of recovering.
Yeah, it's not great. It's really hot as shit here in Montreal. Hopefully you're doing a bit better, enjoying your summer wherever that could be. It's not summer on the southern hemisphere, is it? Is it winter? This is backwards, ain't it? Or is that super
I think
ignorant?
they still call it summer, but it feels like winter, I think. That's how it works in Australia. We don't have any Australian viewers, right? No one plays Netrunner in Australia,
no, they
famously.
do. They famously do. How's it going, Mark Andre? How you doing? Welcome. We got a stream today. We got some big news as of this week, was it?
Are you talking about the
Most Wanted list.
MWL?
Yeah, we
right.
have a new Most Wanted list. 3.3 is the beginning. So we're going to be talking about that. The weird thing here is we have a deck list of the week that isn't in the new Most Wanted list. This is the Tug to Guts deck list that McBeast was playing. It's not going to load here, but we'll just talk about it here really quickly. I think we're still going to play this one. Technically, this deck now, and that's a big thing, is there's a new Most Wanted list, but it doesn't come into play until I think it's next Friday.
Yeah, the 20-something.
Yeah, whatever Friday is.
Okay, so it's not 20-something, but we'll figure it out.
So this deck technically is legal now. If you have a tournament this weekend, you can play it. Yeah, maybe even some tournaments will. I don't think any tournament would be like, we're playing the new Most Wanted list suddenly. That seems like pretty incredible if people are prepared.
I mean, some tournaments like ours have in the past done a vote or a poll.
Yeah, but it's usually like a GNK or something. If it's like a regional, I'd be upset.
Yeah, it would have to be the actual rules.
So we're gonna play that in the Southern Hemisphere's winter. Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry, Marc Andre, but like, I guess check your facts.
Yeah, maybe we all have the internet here. So this is a deck list. This is Tug's version. I believe this is Asker's version of. We've been saying a lot of Gagarin. We haven't played a lot of Gagarin on this channel. We played against it a fair bit. If you're not familiar with the Gagarin deck, its ability makes it more expensive to trash things in a remote. 1 additional credit. I think I opened the card. No, I didn't. So it's an additional credit to access the card before you even consider trashing it.
Right, in remote servers specifically, so their central servers are still kind of vulnerable.
And that's generally where you win on this one. If you get down like a Keyhole or equivalent, a Stargate equivalent, you can close the game off. You can also win in 2 to 3 lucky accesses.
Yeah, that's true, because it's all 5/3s.
Yes. Now, you do have to remember to play down a program you don't care about early just to get the SDS deployments. People will be throwing down code gates. And you almost... some of these deck lists used to have 3 eyes. This one has 5. Border control is really hot on R&D to stop like power runs when it comes to things like Hushuk that they set up for the mid to late game.
Or if it looks like they're about to do their Apocalypse run.
Yeah, it's really big against Apocalypse. That's the biggest weakness to the deck is Apocalypse. Also a really strong economy. This deck is interesting, and it's very different than some of the other Gagarin decks that have been doing really well competitively. Those are running on CU into Zealous Judge. This one doesn't have that.
The SIU.
Yeah, this one forces you to run by having Bioethics Association. Yeah. And I was totally surprised to see this in Gagarin deck because I was still playing in my head that what's it called? Commercial Banker Group is restricted, which it isn't.
Right, but it's
so you actually can do it. Yo, VK, how's it going? 5 ice. It's pretty good for this deck. That's kind of all you want. We talked a bit about this deck last week, I think, because we were seeing some of how the Gagarin decks are changing. And I do like this bioethics. If you don't deal with that, the 3 times Urban Renewal can be lethal. It can be a surprise. And as soon as they run, you just economic warfare, hard-hitting news, Res the Zealous Judge behind a tour guide. Hopefully you win by killing them. They can fall apart in the early game if they don't draw well. If you get your economy up and you can trash everything of theirs, there's not much they can do. And
of course, it fails to Sunny because Tour Guide falls to her breakers. That's the problem.
Fails to Sunny is the biggest reason why so many competitive decks don't make it.
Now. I started playing Gagarin as soon as it came out, actually, because I really like space.
Oh yeah, and also, it doesn't deliver on the space fantasy in the slightest bit.
Don't really understand the thematics of it whatsoever. Also, I was working for a sci-fi literary magazine called James Gunn's Ad Astra. Different James Gunn though, not the James Gunn you're thinking of. The other James Gunn.
Shame.
Yeah.
I remember that you were playing a regionals with a Gagarin deck that had Cortex lock in it for some reason.
Yeah, and I did very well.
And it was killing people on face checks.
Yeah.
That was just at the point where like Cortex lock kind of recently came out, give or take.
Right, because it would have been just a few data packs after Order and Chaos.
Yeah, right.
So people
were like, "Oh, playing against Strategi, watch out for the 2 influence Cortex lock," and you were just like braining people out of nowhere.
Absolutely. I am a Gagarin hipster. I was playing it before it was cool. Of course, space is always cool.
Very cool
because of heat dissipation.
I just want to shout out this really quick. If you're not sure who Colin Robinson Energy Vampire is, check out the show What We Do in the Shadows. I never say the name right. Taika Waititi, is that right?
Taika Waititi.
Waititi. Yeah. They have a show based on an old Jermaine Clements was writing.
I think it's also Taika Waititi movie.
Both of them. Anyway, the television show is so goddamn funny.
Yeah, I've only seen the movie, but I love the movie. It's where we're werewolves, not swearwolves.
Yeah, the werewolves show up in this one, but they're totally different. It's not the same guys.
So it's not Reese.
No, it's not Darby. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyways, it's great. It's really funny. If you want to watch a TV show, I think it's the funniest show I've seen all year. I don't watch a lot of television, so that could mean it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV either.
Don't hold that above everyone.
No, I do hold it above everyone. It makes me better. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I am superior in many ways.
We need to extract this, so I'm just going to open it in Chrome. Bazza, how's it going? Happy Thursday.
Hey.
How's your Thursday been? We are basically we're gonna play this. That plus was right. We're gonna play this deck list of the week, probably just once, maybe twice, depending on how fast it goes. Then we're gonna talk about the new most wanted list, and we're gonna start building new decks immediately. Yeah. We've seen on JNet there are a fair bit of people that are just playing like MWL 3.3 because they're getting ready for the future. So we're just gonna do that. Coldest month in Australia, June, July, August. At least if you consider 20
okay, I wasn't disagreeing with that. I do know how like the sun works. I'm just saying in Australia they still call it summer, it's just they're confused about what summer means. Also in New Zealand they actually call it winter. It's kind of weird. That's why they're different countries.
That's the reason.
Yep.
9 agendas.
I feel like Marc-Andre is really just...
He's just lacing into you on
this. I feel attacked and I don't know what to do with this.
It's okay. Been on vacation, so I haven't played a lot of Netrunner. Now the most wanted list means I need to rebuild all my decks, so hey all good. Yeah, hey all good is okay.
Hey Tom-Toms. I missed you too.
Some things change, mostly criminal. I don't think most else changes. It's just criminal, really. Criminal just kind of got real taken apart.
What else happened to runners, really?
To runners, certain criminal decks don't work.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
that's largely it. I hope you weren't playing Leela. Or Geist.
Oh, yeah.
Geist got fucked.
That's too bad about Geist, huh?
Kinchin, how's it going? Rob, also. Nutritional, my decks weren't touched, but mackin'. Mainly, I play shit cards. That's the easiest thing. If you're ever worried about, like, oh, I got to reorganize my collection, or oh, I got to change my decks, just play cards that nobody else plays.
Exactly. Play cards slightly under the power curve.
No one's gonna like most wanted list.
Like
you called it. We're fucked.
Oh, because as soon as she brings out her GS Shrike, I think is her center breaker.
I think you're right.
We are doomed.
Yeah, it's Shrike, right?
Is this Tantal or Tantale?
Andre, probably Tantale.
Okay.
Thanks, you too. Billy, how's it going? Or not Billy, evening Andre and Pat. How you doing?
Hey.
Welcome to the stream. I'm going to move our faces real quick to talk about the mulligan. We have an opening turtlebacks. That's pretty good. We can jam these early. That's probably fine. We'd always want a Rashida. There's no big central pressure in the early because they got rid of deep data mining, so she can't do anything.
Right. I mean, she could do Black Hat. If you like against a deck with no ice, Black Hat.
Actually, White Hat's pretty good against us because it shuffles away our combos. Yeah. Do you want to keep this, or do you want to mulligan?
No, I like this. So turtlebacks is solid. Like that's something we want to keep for sure.
All right. Hey, do you want to actually slide in just a wee bit, just so we center the camera a bit better?
This is good.
Yeah, that seems great. Oh, apparently you can close that. Okay, so we're off. We're gonna have to zoom out very far, probably in chat on this one because we are asset spamming. I'm gonna let Patrick have the wheel. I'm gonna jump into chat.
Okay, cool. So what are we drinking? Andre, say the name. It's a very fun name.
Fuck, this is... I just opened this. It's foaming. This is a beer that won awards. It's called Crepuscula, which is a horrible name.
Okay.
Honestly, like a really bad sounding name. And I poured it like an absolute wang of a man.
So I'm going to res turtlebacks and start installing new servers, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go get paper towels. I'll be right back. I got to catch up on chat. Oh, can you actually, real quick, before you hit another button, can I borrow this?
Sure.
I just don't know if chat's going to hear this, and it's usually like obnoxiously loud. Thanks. I'll be right back.
Cool. Yeah. Andre's weird apple juice and cinnamon beer. Yeah, it's always a weird apple juice and cinnamon beer. New remote. And new remote. And we're good, I think. We'll see.
Sup?
Alright, got money. Oh, class act and sunny, interesting.
Tech Trader killed my Atom deck. I'm fascinated to know how that works. That's actually really cool. Colin, how's it going? I love Geist, but hate that he gets screwed by the MWL. Yeah, they said in the article that Geist is gonna get stuff in the new pack.
We're gonna res this, right?
Yeah, okay. It forces them to interact. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We don't know. I think Geist is largely not playable. Okay, so we have a combo here. We have zealous into that.
Bit of a combo.
So you just want to jam stuff.
Well, I have nothing jam. Well,
Like draw and jam. You could jam that if depends on what you draw. Like the best
draw,
thing here is Rashida. Well, that's a win.
Okay, well,
so
now
you
we've
can
got
draw
the-
again and then jam.
Yeah, draw and jam that.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Remote. Oh,
It's actually gonna be hard because they're pretty hard hitting news.
and this is yeah. Okay.
Jenkins, how's it going? Happy Thursday. It's been a few weeks since we, Blue Moose and I, have been able to catch you live. Glad that you could catch live. We're going to like start dipping into the new most wanted list today after this deck list of the week.
Yeah.
So kind of excited to see how that goes. Largely building corp stuff because I think a lot of the corp stuff is pretty obvious what's good.
Yeah. Marc-Andre, I think they're making an Invader Zim movie or another season coming to Netflix, I think.
I never saw that show.
I liked it a lot, but I can understand why people find it a very annoying thing to watch. Okay, they've got money and they've got Link.
Baza says Crepusca double avec mal fumé. That's exactly it.
Yeah, Sunny does have combo breakup with White Hat, that's true.
Dubel with smoked
Oh
malt.
shoot, I forgot about dang.
Yeah, beans. That's okay. So
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good. You can draw once, install, and then play the current. I'd actually jam the other 5/3.
This one?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
it's a credit, and then you can play the current, and we gotta zoom the fuck out. You also could consider icing the Hades shard and jamming it, but we just don't have the money. Sunny does have combo breakup. How's it going, Jim? Yeah, White Hat's gonna fuck our combo up. They need more money than us, and I need to do
they've
this.
countered our current with another day, another paycheck.
And they are trashing, so they're ready for this. This is 4 credits for them, and we can start pinging them. I don't know if we actually res. Oh, it's only 1 to res. Jesus, I gotta put this somewhere else. I can see the chat. Unfortunately, this is still a bit broken where this doesn't auto scroll, and because I don't. Good luck. Hopefully, it makes sense.
So that's 2 Atom decks that Loss of Tech Trader killed. Deus Ex, Pancha, Tech. Oh, cool.
Wow. I played you a week ago. Oh yeah, right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Trashing the turtlebacks. That's actually really good for us.
Yeah, no action.
Yeah, because that's 5 credits down the
this
drain.
will set us
yeah,
up pretty
they're
well,
fucked.
actually.
We have zealous.
But they've got a lot of credits, but still.
Yeah, the credits are coming in, but like they have to trash that. So res the bioethics as well.
Yeah.
But that's
No, that's not it.
do we res the bioethics? Yeah, it's
No,
too late
too
now.
late.
Okay. So you want to start?
Yep.
Okay, so that's good. We hit the
Okay, so we've
Jack.
got Econ Warfare.
Yeah. Now you can't.
Install for a new server, and then hard to use.
I don't think you
Can we
jam
do
the
it?
5/3. You can definitely close their accounts and you can do it.
Yeah.
So ideally, we don't make a credit when you do another server. So I think you just do credit Econ Warfare hard hitting news.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we can res Zealous Judge. I don't think we can. I think we might have lost this actually. Does it keep auto scroll active if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the box? It doesn't.
Wait, but, well, we haven't. I am okay. Like we can beat their trace anyway, right? Like we can definitely
we can put them on too. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we can put the tags on them. So let's do it. So
Yeah, they have to clear the tags, which
credit,
is going to be
credit
annoying.
Econ that.
Yeah, I just don't think we can res the Zealous Judge, which means we probably lose.
That's fine. Econ and this.
We might want to ice the Zealous. Okay, so you just spend 1, and then you can res the Zealous. Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll
so
be
we're
okay.
fine. Okay. Yeah, we're
Largely. But like, it's hard. They didn't clear the current, we'd be okay.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna res the Zealous right now.
No, you wait for them to start clearing tags.
Sure.
If they put a misdirection, you res it, but like once they clear the 3rd tag, like you get them, because then you fork them.
Yeah.
Not much you can do with the fork though. And honestly, the bioethics is interesting here, because like they don't trash it. Eventually, it's lethal, and it also helps because with a single tag, we could generally zealous them.
Yeah, that'll be rough.
So they actually might be forked pretty hard here. If they have a dirty laundry or like a stim hack, it's pretty good. Stim hack actually isn't good because it's 2 damage.
Yeah.
The only way to get auto scroll is to like click on it and oh, hold on. Oh, they didn't. You win. You just won. They didn't have enough money apparently.
Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Well,
No, we have
you
to,
win.
Zealous Judge, then click it. then do that.
No, you win.
Okay.
Because it's gonna do 1 damage.
Oh, it does 1 damage,
Yeah,
so we
you
just do this
You just
and
play
then-
that, you win. Yeah, good game. All right, well that's fast.
Well, so much for that Sunny tech.
Well, it was close. They almost had the money.
Yeah.
We could have rezzed halfway through that, like if they cleared the 4th tag before that you res the Zealous Judge, so then they're forked.
Yeah.
This deck is no longer legal with the most wanted list, so we're just going to play 1 or 2 games. It does actually close games out relatively quickly, which is crazy. Hey, cheers. It's very kind.
Yeah, it's a quick deck for Gagarin.
Yeah,
And
it
this
actually
deck-
has
this
like
was
a... That's a cool thing about the bioethics. It actually has a way to close the game. Now, if they did have more money, they could just trash everything and not get... Like, we needed to draw Economic Warfare for that combo to be possible.
Yeah.
There are 3 in the deck, but we didn't actually draw that heavily because we never hit like a CSR campaign or Rashida. So we got really lucky we drew everything in the right way. Can you briefly explain the point of the deck for a new player?
Yeah.
How's it going, July's? Yeah, okay, so Real quick, if you haven't seen Gagarin Acid Spam, which has always been competitive, I played at Worlds last year, Gagarin Acid Spam. So the idea, just to start, Gagarin, it costs more credits to go access cards and remotes to trash them. So the idea is, the big backbone of Wayland is that you have an access to a card that can kill them based on how many tags they have. You also have Economic Warfare that makes them lose 4 credits, which is pretty good. And you basically want to give yourself more money, and then they have to run with you, and they interact by trashing their assets. And then, just like we did, we take their money away and bury them with tags.
Yeah, so they make runs, they spend more money than they can afford to without realizing it. We take the rest of their money away and then dump lots of tags on them and blow them up.
Yeah. And the big real fork here is that one of the cool balancing mechanisms with hard-hitting news is that it gives you 4 tags. So as long as you have the requisite credits, generally people will just clear the tag, clear the tag, clear the tag, clear the tag.
Yeah.
But before they clear the 3rd tag, you can res a Zealous Judge. And now they have 1 tag, and it's either trash Zealous Judge, which can be really difficult behind some of the best ice in the game, Tour Guide, if you have a lot of things resed, or clear the last tag. And they clear the last tag, you can give them a tag, you can give them a tag, and then hopefully kill them. And they have other cards like Bioethics Association and Urban Renewal that just force them to run.
They have to deal with it, otherwise those will kill them on their own.
Because we have no way to hurt them or interact with them. Like, we have no way to tag them if they don't run. This other lists have SIU. Some actually run C-Source. I don't think Threat Level Alpha makes a lot of sense. That even if you don't interact with them, they can tag you.
Yeah.
This one doesn't, so it forces interaction with Bioethics. And Urban Renewal, as you saw, on turn 3, they had to trash this because they didn't want to take advantage.
Even C-Source, they have to run anyways.
Exactly, yeah. But I was playing C-Source back in the day in Gagarin, and people would play around misdirection to be like, I have at least 8 credits, I can clear all the tags, and you do C-Source closed accounts, Res Zealous.
There you go.
And that's actually, I think, a really good combo. And now that CU is not playable in Gagarin decks, I think you could just play C-Source Zealous.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, so CU is, I pronounce it SIU. Is everyone saying CU? Is that how I should be saying it?
I don't know. It feels like kind of a reference, like, because they see you. But
I see.
Is SIU,
okay, so it's not a reference to Susie Sue and the Banshees. Famous for their cover of Passenger from... And what's this? We're playing in our game. Cool.
Leland Patel. Not a lot of agendas to bounce. Opening hand's actually pretty good. We could duck a Siphon if we res Business Show. We can't res Zealous, so we can't really duck a Siphon. But
I'm not...
I don't know if you mulligan that. It's not the worst. Ice for HQ is pretty good, so you don't get diversioned.
Yeah, I'd rather see some ice or start with Turtleback.
Apparently you're playing nonsense.
Oh, great. Gadwag.
So you could mulligan this for sure.
I'm going to mulligan this one. And I'm going to get a even
also cursed.
better hand.
Wait, Scrollbug is fixed for people? For real? Oh, the hand is like way worse. Because if you install everything, they run HQ and they get an agenda. They could steal the 5-3, but not the SSL, sorry. They can't steal the drones. Do you just... I think you do just jam everything and hope they don't run HQ.
Right? Yeah,
it feels bad.
Yeah, I'll just jam everything. So, yeah.
Do you care about the order?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Because if I don't care about the order, then they have no way of knowing what the order is. It's not jab. Go. What'd I do?
You almost clicked server 1.
Ooh, close one, eh?
All right, here we go.
It's fun playing with me.
Are there any good cards you can tech to prevent meat damage? I've been playing since Core with Girlfriend, and they both think C-Source but Scorched Earth is too broken. This deck doesn't seem like a stronger combo compared to that. So Scorched Earth doesn't exist in the modern card pool. Oh, they fisked you. That's actually really good for an acid spam deck. It fixed your HQ problem.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe a control F5. Well, yeah, we'll try that actually. Thank you. Oh wow, this is a mill deck, which we have 3 preemptive. We're gonna be fine. You res all your shit.
Yeah. Dude.
So yeah, if you're playing in that, you have Plasticky Carapace, which is in the first data pack, which is basically makes C-Source Scorched Earth almost unplayable. Probably just play that. If you want to play something a bit more flexible that's better in other matchups, you can play... get rid of the second Drudge Work.
Yeah.
But it's actually really good against...
Oh yeah, it's still good, but like we'll see it again, I'm sure.
You can also play Sports Hopper, which lets you draw. So you could just actually go ahead and like bury all your agendas with but you probably won't Drudge Work, but you could actually just install. Oh no, you probably want to do that.
Yeah, I'll install Drudge Work for sure. And your remote.
But you can res it and then just hide your 5-3s.
Oh yeah, because I can do it right now, of course.
Yeah, I think there's only those cards really. Plasticrete is insanely good. It's just not very flexible. And then on top of that, I think Sports Hopper is a much more flexible card, which is better in more matchups.
And turn.
You can also play Crash Space, which is okay. Citadel Sanctuary is really good. That's also a very flexible card.
This isn't going to do.
I don't think they're going to run a lot.
I
feel like the Rashida, they're going to Rashid for us, but I feel like the money won't matter because their credits are going to suck. I'd actually rather get rid of the bankers because you already have one. Whatever.
So
Because you need to draw into the UCF and the Urban Renewal to force them to interact, because they won't otherwise. That's exclusive party number 3? Wow.
Cool. Yeah, but
they're not going to run.
Also, Crash Space is in that meta, in theory.
There's a lot of ways to avoid meat damage. A lot of them are neutral cards, too. Take the bio. Your money's good.
Yeah, we don't need turtlebacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't.
Install bio.
The combo's somewhat broken. We couldn't tell we're just bad. So that combo existed for a really long time in Netrunner. The first Worlds was won by a Wayland deck that was playing that in a very limited card pool. But generally over time you start realizing...
Maybe border control over HQ?
Yeah. You start realizing like all you're meant to do is make sure you don't interact with Wayland when you have fewer credits than them. And it makes it this like edge where if you just have more money, sometimes that's better than putting meat damage protection.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's broken because
it's by no means broken.
It can be played around. Like
seriously, as soon as I play Fisk, I wouldn't play Rashida. We need to close the game out relatively soon, and I think we will here. Start bio vaulting them because if they run, they get like
yeah, sure.
Yeah. And bankers just get everything. I'll keep the Econ. The Econ Warfare is good. It's better than Preemptive right now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll start by drawing.
Yeah. Draw an agenda. Oh, there.
There we go.
Install
That's
that.
perfect. Yeah. Remote.
Credit. There's really not much to do here.
That's it.
As soon as they run, like they're gonna have a fair bit of credits, but you can hard hitting use them. We want a Zealous Judge here, which is kind of like why I want the Rashida, because we need to set that up. Zealous Judge behind. They have to like inside job into something, and they've thrown out one, but they have to inside job through Oh wow, they have Caldera that prevents net damage. So let's see if they can afford it.
Like it can prevent 1 bioethics damage.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think I res that all wrong.
Please res prior to clicking start.
Yeah, I fucked
up.
Interesting. You want DBS 100%, so you never draw agendas. It's the perfect counter to gang sign.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna maybe draw once, install.
Yeah, I would draw once. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the remote.
So they can't afford 3 cards a turn, so eventually the bioethics are gonna get them. Let alone this Urban Renewal will blow up. This should have 2 counters. I res at the wrong time, so we lost the turn on that. I apologize that we have to zoom out so much, because we just have to zoom out so much. All right, res some of that stuff.
Okay, now what do we got here? We got CSR campaign. We got Daily Business Show.
I don't think you need to res that. Oh yeah, fuck it.
Might as well.
Whatever. Right? I don't know. But you don't want to mill yourself.
Oh, you have to click this to activate it?
Yeah, because it's optional.
Yeah, makes sense.
But you want 100% the Zealous Judge.
Yeah. We don't need the other drudge work. Yeah, we're good.
So mandatory?
Oh yeah, they have to prevent damage, or they choose not to.
So we got another spoilers. All right, so you basically just want to ice up the Zealous Judge. This one's going to get wrecked by an inside job, but you need to force them to do it. It's actually a really big deal we res this wrong, because they have to interact with it now, where their money sucks, because it was meant to blow up this turn.
True. All right, so your remote,
just ice
put
it.
this over server 10.
Yeah.
Server 10, right?
Yeah, the last
it would be
server, yeah.
Server 10, yeah.
We can just take it. I don't think anything matters.
Well, yeah, nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing matters.
In this life or the next. Maybe I can install this for no reason.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they could run it, then trash their trope, which I don't think they want to. I think they're just going to Fisk us to death. So we basically need to just spam Urban Renewals. Del, how's it going? Zooming out is fine. Just remember to hover over cards when you're talking about them. Yeah, okay, sure. That sounds good. We got Fisked. So we can put, you see, like, this is so good against it. How's it going, Del? So Daily Business Show, really strong counter to gang sign.
It's happening on their turn.
First time we draw a turn.
Yeah, first time you draw on a turn. Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to get money. This should have blown up this turn. So CU would have been really good here because that closes a game. This is going to be a bit more of a grind. I don't think we want to draw with this.
I don't want to at this point. All right, whoops.
They could have some pad taps. That'd be pretty good for them, but we would definitely trash through them. So they lost an Earthrise. CSR, no. 2 cards. Put 1 at the bottom. Like, money doesn't matter.
And I guess 1 of those, yeah. Okay, so we got... Maybe put that other one over the Zealous Judge, just to...
I think eventually we'll jam agendas in that remote. We just ice up everything so they need a breaker. And I think we just shuffle this bad boy away, don't we?
Yeah, sure. It is a bad boy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. So now they have to interact with Urban Renewal or will blow up again. We're shuffling stuff back. We don't need a consulting's actually good. It does shuffle our deck, but we just did shuffle our deck anyways. We definitely don't need Rashida. Preemptive is actually pretty cool. It lets us get anything thrown back. Double hard hitting news has some value. I think I don't think we need a double hard hitting news. We probably that might have been.
Might as well keep it.
Here's the snake door coming down.
Okay.
Oh, they're just setting up for the gang sign thing. So it looks like they're going to tank 4 damage, which, again, we have enough preemptives that we can just kind of keep shuffling them back.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're actually going ahead to use the trope. So if we probably just want to jam this thing now, we will lose the Zealous. But the gang sign won't hit anything of value.
Yeah, but we've got the preemptive to get that judge back in the deck. Oh, no, we don't.
And we have 3 judges.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I don't think they're ever going to run. And so we basically just want to get both bioethics on the table so they can't afford 6 credits a turn. And they put back Inside Job, Gamble, for some reason, Fisk, and Fisk, which makes a lot of sense. So they're going to take maybe 5 damage here, which, again, I don't know how many tropes they can put in their deck. It's a fair bit of influence. Sorry, it's all you.
Okay. All right. Mandatory draw.
Spear's okay.
Let's do bioethics.
Yeah, I think you want to do the ethics first so that they don't know what card they're going to lose to damage, so they might pay for it. I guess they lose their whole hand if they don't pay for it anyway, so maybe that's a moot point. They prevented the damage. Okay, so they trashed Black File, Hades Shard, all that stuff's okay. Traffic Jam, Gang Sign. I don't think we need a draw. So, okay, this turn, maybe just install more Urban Renewals.
Ooh, okay, yeah, so...
I like that card. That prevents us from flooding.
But,
okay, yeah, you're right.
It's that or the Urban Renewal, so...
Yeah, you're totally right. So I just get cards out of our hand, like just jam shit.
Yeah, just install that in your remote. Res, might as well.
I honestly don't think you do.
Yeah, keep it a mystery.
Because then they could check it. They could bounce it too.
Oh, yeah, we're going to install this in this server. Was that our plan?
So next turn they're going to have. Yeah, I think we need to jam out.
Yeah, I think we do, just in case they are going to try to.
Hey guy, how's it going? Welcome.
Server 10.
Hello, Pat and guest. Yeah, that's cool. All right, throw out a Econ Warfare. You have too many cards in your hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey guy.
Install remote naked, but we have to advance it. That's the only issue. I guess the thing is they might not have programs. I think they definitely have sneak door beta. And then new members, well, MWL, they restricted Judge and CU, but the deck CU is missing. Why? This deck is running because a lot of people actually teched against CU. They started running stupid stuff like Quanju PT was becoming more popular in some competitive deck lists. I do like the bioethics in this deck a fair bit. It actually might be a faster deck, and if you don't have money, you can still kind of sometimes cheese out a win. It was definitely just like a meta option based off of where they were playing. But you could definitely do the CU version instead of the bioethics. So they're getting some money from the pad tab. At least it's only 1 credit.
Nope.
No. Get rid of the agendas. Alright, so I think you had to advance trash pad tap.
Yeah, or advance preemptive to bring back some something. Urban Renewal. And the Judge.
Yeah, pad tap's a credit. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
You know, I
don't think the pad tab matters.
Okay. Yeah, because we're so ahead of them in money. So advance.
Yeah. And we don't have a Zealous anyways.
Preemptive.
Add preemptive.
So
you want to bring back the urban. I would bring back the judge and the other one, the filtering.
Yeah.
Maui, how's it going? Got regionals Saturday. No idea what to play. Are you playing 3.3? I don't think you are.
Probably not by Saturday, no.
All right.
Blueberry Diesel.
So cards we need to win. Those 2.
Yep.
3.2. Pollen is always fine. Gagarin is fine, but I would be worried about Apocalypse. I don't know. If they run it, they die. Def die anyways. I don't think they do. As soon as they run, if they have a Judge, they lose. Yeah, if we kept the Judge on the table, I think that's the right play for sure. I think we should have done that. It's just jammed naked and kept the Judge. Bio is restricted? Yeah, it is, Majesty. Yeah. So this deck is no longer legal because of... Or next week. So we didn't know whether we were going to play it. I think you just still put everything on the table so you don't discard.
Bioethics.
But like, yeah, I feel like we're not closing the game fast enough.
Just shuffle that in. Turtlebacks we don't need at all for sure.
Actually, I would keep the Turtlebacks and just discard it.
No, too late.
Because I don't think you have too many cards in your hand. Okay, so just...
Am I going to advance this out?
No.
Well, they've got...
You don't want to discard cards that are that good.
Okay.
Because this forces them to interact and get the Judge. Honestly, just put the Judge in another remote. You might want to get this in server 10, but the agenda's in there. This is why the agenda should have 100% been naked.
Yeah.
And I feel like you throw out the Warfare.
Yeah, sure. Is there anything? Yeah, nothing I need.
You want to zoom out though. 419's last hurrah. Yeah, 419's good.
How do I zoom out?
No, you did it good.
Okay.
Oh, you goofed it.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
When I ask you to click,
yeah,
you can't. Yeah, zooming out. Sorry, this is so fucking small. Yeah, this is very asset spammy. Iron, how's it going? Why do y'all have so many servers unguarded? It's asset spam. If they run, ideally we will get them good. The sneak door is going to come out soon. I think we only have one more ice in the deck, but it's all about economic advantage, which they actually have a fair bit of money. But they're going to run out of cards because every single urban renewal has gone off. So res all your stuff before you start your turn.
Yeah. So
not unique. Can't res it. I think that's the last Fisk. Oh my god, that's triggers. Oh boy,
how much are you going to prevent?
Paying 3 cards a pop. So hopefully this is a slower turn. I think you just throw out some of your assets. Caldera paying 6 to dodge 2.
Okay.
They're still going to tank the damage. Do renewal. Oh wow. Oh, they double paid. So whatever.
Yeah, so
they just overpaid.
Well, so they'll pay again and then take the rest back, right?
Yeah, totally.
You want to go for it?
Yep.
We can't stop the damage on our end. That's the motto of the Metropole grid.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Boop.
That
Boop.
one's going to beat him.
Boop. Boop. And no. All right.
We have no way to capitalize the 57 credits, so just bury the agendas. We have to worry because R&D is eventually going to be stacked, but they also, half our agendas, they need programs.
They need programs for, yeah.
You got to bury some stuff.
Yeah, okay. So
bury that and bury the...
one of the preemptives.
You drew that already. It's the last 3 cards. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, so...
Purge.
Can you just see their heap? How many Fisks? I think that's the 6th Fisk. 1, 2... There's another Fisk, but it has to be exactly this card for them to Fisk us. So I think we just install 3 cards and then next turn, like just install preemptive.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Do you think the new MWL does anything? New MWL does a lot. It really does a lot. It opened up some very powerful cards, and it also oh, actually maybe we did that too soon.
Yeah, probably, but
yeah, I think we
okay.
might have. It opens up some very powerful cards. It stops Criminal almost dead in its tracks. Yeah, it seems very potent. I think it's a really big thing. I think Excalibur, we're going to talk about it after this game, but I think Excalibur is kind of crazy. And they're still drawing through exclusive party.
Okay.
They're not running once. What are we jamming all the servers? Is that anything we res?
So we've got another
no,
we don't have any of those. Okay, cool.
So triggers, let's go.
Yeah.
So now we score out. Like they only have 8 more cards.
Maybe we should have trashed that Pat Tap.
No,
it's making a lot
fine.
of money, isn't it?
They're making 3 cards a turn anyways. Bury the Agender. Ooh, that's the last ice. And Zealous. I actually know. Yeah, too late.
Okay.
So I think you do. What do? Do you do advance, and then ice R&D? I think you do, just so you don't get inside job off of R&D.
Yeah, sure. Is R&D really...
Glad to see Power Tap go? Yeah, largely. I think Power Tap, I feel like so many of the cards that are now like...
Ice R&D?
Yeah, 100% HQ is totally safe. I feel like a lot of the cards like Pad Tap and Tech Trader would have just been so much... Ice the Judge. Oh, fuck, that's the last ice. Yeah, 100% we need Ice the Judge. But we're going to score server 10.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, because they have to run this turn, we should have Ice the Judge for sure. I feel like so many of these cards could have just been balanced if either they were unique or they said first time a turn. Because then they're actually more interesting to play around. You'd be like, I'm going to pop the camera on the Corpse turn and this on my turn. Krim is back to having literally no way to start playing the game against hard-hitting news. They technically still have that zero-cost trace resetting card.
No one home?
Yeah. I don't think they're totally lost. Mainly, I'm kind of looking forward to games not being so heavily runner favored. I could feel that. Okay, so they're interacting with us this turn.
We don't have an action before access.
No, so we have nothing to do here.
Okay, well, this is good. This is what we want.
We'll talk about it after this game, how we either feel about the most wanted list changes. So we want to keep our preemptives for those. Okay, so they're still taking a bunch of damage. We're going to score this out. They get to bounce something. So installing Ice here was kind of silly, but it lets us re-ice stuff. We generally don't have to Ice HQ. So hopefully they bounce HQ Ice.
Okay, let's do bioethics.
File no one home under cards that are better in Val. yeah, probably. It's one influence card. Every like one influence criminal card is fantastic everywhere.
Doot.
Bury the Agender.
And sure, Bankers Group, no way. Okay.
Score.
So score. Nothing to blow up.
So here they bounce. They also mill the top card of R&D.
Hmm.
They only have 1 spoilers. Yeah, so they lost. We lost a Warfare. That's
fine.
totally fine.
Okay, do we go for a
Hard-hitting news?
Hard-hitting
No,
news
we don't
combo?
have a Zealous that we can protect. Oh, it would be all our money. Fuck. Actually, no.
Wait,
I think
what
we
did they-
might.
what did they bounce?
They're doing their Axis of a gang sign first.
Oh, okay.
We only have a single gang sign.
In that case, we'll see what they bounce. Because maybe we just put ice over Zealous.
I think we do. I think we just ice over Zealous and the hard-hitting news them, and
Yeah.
we probably win. So bouncing that ice is actually really bad.
For sure. Okay, so this is server 15.
Yeah. Okay, now spend all the money that we got.
Yep. Okay, so
They
we
could
need to
embezzle
spend-
us here. That's the only problem. But I feel like they're not running.
So you need to spend 18 credits, brings to 22.
That Pat tab made him 10 credits by now. I would have taken out earlier. Yeah, we could have. We put under pretty good pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's totally necessary though. Embezzle's really fucked here because if we lose our last preemptive, we actually have. There's a reason to not keep these in our hand. Just because
Sure,
if we lose
yeah.
them, we can't win.
Yeah, embezzle would be brutal.
How's it going, Whites man? Yeah, they're fisking us, but that doesn't matter. So you got to choose what cards to put underneath. So I would just keep the operations. So I would the middle, yeah, those two.
And yeah, that
Yeah,
we don't need.
they're just gonna run HQ. Res the Judge, yeah, I would do it now, but like, there's no way to mass clear tags. Like, you want to wait for them to start clearing tags because they can't clear all their tags now. And if they drop a misdirection, there's no way to clear 4 tags suddenly. We in theory could have played around Paper Trail.
Networking.
Inside jobbing. Oh, here they go.
Are they clearing it?
No, they're going for 15. So this is why we don't. Actually, I think you do res it.
Yeah. Do we pop it?
No, because then they
'cause
just
have
run
no
again.
click,
Yeah. Yeah, Wayne, how's it going? Networking, wait for it. That's fine if they do networking though. You can still res it. So that's the last inside job, and luckily we have more Zelai. Let alone we can start icing up. And it's also res dice, which is good too. We can ice up the 4 damage one because they can only take 4 damage, right? Like we actually grind them out. Now trashing the bat tap is reasonable.
Yeah, we've got this for sure.
No, not for sure. They did interact with us now though. If we top deck a Zealous Judge, which actually we fire the CSR this turn, we can ice up the Zealous. Wait, they didn't trash it?
They didn't trash the judge.
Res the Judge, they lose. Yeah, they lost. I don't know why they didn't trash it. Why did they trash it? Kabaro? Hey, chat's working actually. It's scrolling properly. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we only res it when they're about to clear. Yeah, why did they not trash that? I think because they were not gonna... Oh, well, end it.
Okay. Do I need to do these? Probably not.
No, but you can't not.
Yeah, so.
Yo, Apathy, how's it going? You ready for the tournament? Yeah, just hit that button. Good game.
Wait, let me.
Roll up my sleeve habitually like I do. Runner deck. I don't feel too bad. Runner deck like the Rube Goldberg Haley, not runner. Totally. Oh, they left.
No.
We've actually seen almost every week we play against one Leela deck that's not runner. We've seen some spoilers version. There was a version we played against last week that I found more interesting. It wasn't on spoilers. It was on DDoS, which I think is a way better use of influence. Because this could be a DDoS, which against most decks is so
absolutely.
much more
Like,
powerful.
spoilers, it's not reliable enough, and it's not going to trash.
No,
cards
well, because like
overall.
most corps score 3 agendas and the third one wins the game.
Yeah,
so
so
like
you're maybe if you get a first thing, you're going to see two.
maybe 2 cards.
random cards.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth influence,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Again, with Hades Shard, it's cool because now they're never safe. But a lot of decks are running preemptive. I don't like this
Yeah,
card that
and
much.
then there's more influence anyway.
Yeah.
So sorry. I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened.
All right, well,
Doing great. I think I'm ready. Haven't had much practice. My runner deck as always. Well, you got a lot of time to grind some JNet games. Yeah. No, it's Saturday, no? Del says Leela isn't broken or even the most MPA card, but good God, is Leela the most irritatingly dull card and not runner? I think your gang sign's a big problem. Like, I don't know. We've seen a lot of like this sort of gang sign Leelas. Maw Leela is really strong. Amakua Leela is really strong. There were some really cool builds, but I think Leela is a really exciting card. It should be fun to play.
yeah, we was still one of my favorite runners for sure.
It's also like a really fun one to teach people how to play because then they
Absolutely.
start like formulating like
They see
one
a turn
turn
ahead,
Yeah.
or at least one click ahead if you're playing against her.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
definitely annoying though. Made some green gazpacho. Ask me how it was. How's the gazpacho?
Can't be good. It was gazpacho. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I've got hot takes about cold soup.
That's a weird hill to die on. Those builds are all predicated on Leela running in the game about running.
Can that be a new segment? Hot takes about cold soup.
Hot takes, cold soup.
Hot takes, cold soup.
Sorry?
We do have to talk about the elephant in the room.
Which is?
Earlier, I made a really funny joke, then you made fun of my speech impediment. And, like, I said I was going to bring it up on the stream.
Yeah, you did. So, Pat,
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Pat, I don't know if anyone in chat knows, Pat used to have, like...
debilitating stutter.
A stutter.
And you
and
knew
I
that.
don't even think about that.
You
like, I
knew
don't
that.
think Pat stuttered, because I...
No, because you didn't even know me when I had it.
I don't. So
it went away when I was 12.
You said something silly, and then I kind of
said
said
something
it
very
again
funny.
in a stutter, and then
you-
it was a personal
You
attack.
impersonated me in a stutter, but you were doing like a shy Patrick thing, which is correct and not offensive. But I interpreted it as a stutter thing. My joke, by the way, was the next time I go to a burger restaurant, I'm going to ask them to replace the meat with a vegetarian Patrick. I just prefer that to Patty. To which the waiter will no doubt say,
What?
That's very funny, sir.
Sir, sorry?
Sir, the gratuity's on me. No tip. You earned it, sir.
you don't need to.
Yeah. No,
Thank
I'll
you.
tip you, sir.
Also, don't come back here.
Patrick made me so mad I mistyped. Okay.
Super sour. I think it was sour.
Yeah, sour.
Majesty says, honestly, I used to have a debilitating stutter as well. What did you do about your stutter? Like, speech therapy?
I went to a speech therapist.
Okay. What did they tell you to do?
Like we
It's
practiced.
the turtle thing.
It's the turtle thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have we talked about the turtles on stream before?
Nope.
You know,
No,
okay, we're gonna
please
get to the
don't.
MWO soon.
Yeah.
So my speech therapist told me to always think about turtles, which traditionally are animals that move very slowly, and so I should also speak slowly.
You were a kid.
I was a kid.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
think and then speak, and think and then speak, instead of speaking before I figure out what I'm going to say. She's thought that my stutter is mostly due to anxiety rather than a breathing problem, which is probably correct.
Is it often a breathing problem?
It can be a breathing
Oh,
problem.
whoa. And then you just work on, like, muscle and control stuff? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so my teachers, my parents, who were very nice about it, like put turtles everywhere, like turtles around the classroom, turtles in
your home.
my room, and then live turtles in my home.
Which is a mistake.
Which I don't know if I don't know. Maybe we should parcel this out over a few different streams.
Yeah,
Speedy
it's-
number one was my first turtle.
The fact that his turtles are numbered is the beginning of a terrible
yeah,
story.
that's kind of foreshadowing. So Speedy number one,
Chekhov's gun.
I think of Speedy number one as the turtle that I saw in the tank that was just kind of had floated over to where the bubbles were coming up and it was just spinning and spinning and spinning very quickly. And when I asked for that Speedy, because of course I wanted the spinning turtle, the attendant said, that turtle is dead.
Patrick, you can kill that stutter just like you can kill all these turtles we got you.
Yeah, there we go. Speedy number two.
Yeah, bad things are happening to turtles. This is totally a trigger warning.
Let's talk about the MWL.
Yeah, let's.
We should save my Speedy story for when Amakua finally gets restricted. Speaking of bad things happening to turtles.
How's it going, Zero? Yeah, it's common with asthma. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. I did speech therapy for 13 years. The biggest thing is just to relax. Tensing up actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
Also, that stuff. I did speech therapy for a bit too. When I was a kid, I couldn't say L's. I said R's instead. And it's like, it's crazy because I didn't hear myself doing it wrong, which I think obviously is why the problem exists. I wasn't like, I think we just spent a lot of time saying lollipop and leotard, and I really hate both of those words now.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, there's certain things I associate with that speech therapy, which I otherwise really enjoyed. We should talk about this MWL.
Oh, I talk good now.
Yeah, this
hope.
is verging on becoming our Goosebumps episode.
Hot takes why Amaku is so broken. Oh, we can't diverge too soon. Too soon. Amaku, I think, gets mentioned on this article, but for those who don't know, there's a new most wanted list as of next Friday. 3.3 we're at. This is Nisei. If I'm not mistaken, Nisei confirmed that at every certain, like, whatever, it's like 3 months?
I thought they said every 3 months.
like every quarter?
practically on the dot.
Yeah. They'll be addressing the most wanted list. So this article came out a couple days ago.
Oh, but Baza Archie is so naive, saying 2 or 3 doesn't count as mass murder. No, I agree. 2 or 3 doesn't count.
Rob says the MWL, the whack-a-mole. Yeah, I kind of feel that to some extent. Like, a lot of this stuff seems reactive, but like sometimes you see that where it's not reactive. You're like, what? You restricted dorm computer? And then it's more confusing.
Yeah.
So we have some stuff to talk. These are all the changes here. The really cool stuff about the most wanted list changes, and I think when they were doing that for, they were also doing this obviously most wanted list with FFG, and they did have articles explaining why they did it and what they
True,
didn't do also, which is interesting. They always do a really good job expressing it. I don't know whether the people from Nisei were as because people were on like their subreddit talking about this. And I remember one of the most wanted lists like a while ago. There was a lot of people from Nisei talking about their decisions. I feel like that conversation wasn't as big, but I don't think this list is as controversial as maybe some of the other ones. Or maybe I think the other one was their first one, so there might have been more
it was their
conversation.
first. They had to talk about it.
Yeah.
Roticism is the term for mistaking L's and R's.
Oh, for real?
Cool.
Sweet. How's it going, Jeff? Leotard isn't really a word you want to mix your L's and R's on.
No, guess not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't like that word. So, okay, summary right here. A bunch of the runner cards, I think they're all blue. Every single blue card either got removed or banned from the game. Crowdfunding, a card that you've seen on this channel forever. The conversation was, can you put 3 crowdfunding into any deck? We're playing Val with crowdfunding. You've seen for a while. Crowdfunding got restricted before it got even banned. People were playing this with Pawn Shop, which was like infinite quote-unquote economy.
Yeah, and it's too bad. I really liked crowdfunding. Like I like really the idea of it.
Like the idea of this card, but unfortunately, as we've seen, and I think that's the biggest issue with this card, is that it makes so many corp strategies that either we're used to, just not entirely possible.
Yeah.
Because if you can't ice up realistically all servers, you are fucked because the runner will have an infinite economy engine.
Yeah.
That is also not like bad on tempo. It's not like sitting with Magnum Opus, which in theory is also a banned card for the same kind of reason, but like it also gets Amakua counters, it interacts with you. This card encourages running. It's also a really cool card because it thinks about the future. You're planning your turn. Like it does a lot of really cool stuff for Netrunner.
Yeah.
But as so many people have seen it, it just shows up everywhere. This is the only restricted card seeing in any criminal deck besides like not running Leela decks, which aren't particularly like tournament viable.
And it, like what I liked about it was that it did encourage running. It encouraged the corps to build a kind of like semi-horizontal, because they did have to ice everything up if they want to block it out. But the infinite recurring is frustrating. Like if it removed itself from the game and gave you a bonus, that would be kind of cool.
That's also a kind of a thing with the most wanted list. Like it's in some ways very elegant because in theory just restricted or banned. That's all you have to know. Does it have a is it banned or does it have a what's it called, a unicorn? But like it's very interesting. They talked about in the article that they like the crowdfunding idea, so maybe in the future they will they will revisit the idea in a more balanced way. And that's the thing, is like they don't want to do any functional errata to the most wanted list. Back in the day they did only like one or two functional erratas on cards. FFG did, and generally it was either adding influence, banning card, or restricting it. Old most wanted lists used to like add influence.
Functional errata I can think of was Wireless Net Pavilion.
Yes, and E3 feedback implants.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There's a couple that were just like because they weren't worded well, and like adjust the chronotype, and then all the cards from like a cycle on. So people are talking about, would crowdfunding be cool if it was unique? And I honestly think, it'd probably be a lot more balanced, probably still playable, probably not restricted at that point. Like there's some cool things you can do, but this card is just you see it everywhere, and it's, I don't know.
Will Baby Temujin? Sure.
Oh yeah, Maxwell James also did get functionally errated.
That's true, yeah.
Other cards that got banned, some of these are actually not that popular and you haven't seen too much. And a lot of these are reactionary, and these were cards that we thought, not Au revoir, but actually these two specifically, actually only this one, I was 100% thought that this would have been restricted at the last most wanted list, because that was when 419 power tapped.
Yeah, and that was an annoying
it's a really strong deck. That's what I was playing at Store Championship season. I think every game it played. It's obviously a very strong deck. You're just going to see a constant theme here is when you say so many of these cards that got banned are cards that say whenever. Like look how similar these cards are. Gain credit whenever.
Yeah.
Gain credit whenever.
Yeah. If it said the
gain
first time
credit
return,
whenever. Like it's crazy that all these criminal cards are like one sentence long and they all just say gain credit whenever. Because either with a big enough card pool, these cards can become infinite economy with the right tools, and they all did. I don't want to dig back too far, but there was a lot of Shaper decks, generally Cabanessa Wu Au revoir decks, that were incredible, and for every click they could get 3 credits when they set up on turn 2, and then acid spam decks weren't viable because they could click for 3 credits. Tech Trader shows up in those Rube Goldberg Kaylee decks that people find very annoying to play against, but also is like a huge part for what's it called decks, the sexy gun armsman.
Sexy gun armsman.
Armand Geist.
Armand Geist?
On Geist.
What?
Armand, that's his name.
I didn't realize we were calling him Sexy Gun Armsman.
Yeah, he's an arms dealer.
Oh, he's an arms dealer.
So
he's got sexy guns? Or he's got sexy gun arms? Does he have sexy arms?
He's
like guns?
Marketable.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. The
So-
kids love them.
So this card obviously was a big deal for Geist, and the fact that it's restricted, obviously you could still play it and have a cool deck, but the problem is you can't play Levy, and that deck generally needs some sort of recursion. Again, if you read the article, Nisei says, don't worry about Geist, we'll give him something in the future that will make up for it. And we know specifically hardware for trashable, cheap hardware is coming
getting
up.
big. But Geist is only going to be around from there 3 to 6 months afterwards, so...
Yeah. Corey says, I think the gain credit whenever it's busted the way Netrunner economy works, at least for runners. And you're seeing that time and time again. So many of the cards that say gain whenever just absolutely get goofed at some point.
Yeah.
Would CF be okay if you had to run all 3 centrals instead of 3 runs anywhere? It would be a worse card. It would still probably be in...
I don't know. I don't think it would be... Because like then it's like a very, very, very weak Apocalypse-esque thing. Like
not 3 different centrals, just any centrals.
Oh, just any centrals?
So you'd be like archives.
Okay, yeah.
It would probably still be good. The thing, it'd be like worse against asset spam, obviously. So it'd be worse. I don't know. Maybe it would be okay. All have way too little influence too. Yeah, that's also a big deal, is that so many of these cards are 1 influence or 2 influence, which is crazy for a card that says whenever. But again, this card, if you've been playing Netrunner for like 3-4 years, when this card came out, it was a fucking meme. Like this was referred to when people were making conversations and making like very simple Netrunner meme humor, be like, oh, it's not power tap, as like this is the worst card ever. And it's fucking restricted right now, which kind of shows you how crazy this card is. Also, you know, if you play against trace decks. Anyways, so this stuff is gone. I'm not sad about power tap. Again, I feel like so many of these cards are really interesting ideas and encourage deck building, and that's why they're so fascinating. Like Tech Trader encouraged deck building. Power tap encouraged a very small pool of deck building because there's only so many cards that recurrently do traces. Au revoir encouraged interesting deck building in a very niche archetype. But I have no doubt that these cards can show up again later with more balanced versions, maybe with more influence, maybe not saying whenever, maybe it says 2 credits but only once a turn. Like there's ways to do that. Maybe they're unique, but they say 1 credit whenever. Like there's ways to do it for sure.
Yeah.
It's sad that they're going to some extent, but I think a lot of people are sick of playing against these decks. I think it's specifically these 2. This one, I don't care. This is a fun card. Just got printed 3 cards that force trace and suddenly it's wild. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, am I misremembering? When is the lunar cycle officially rotated out?
Uprising comes out.
Oh, when Uprising. Okay, so that's okay. And yeah, so when that happens, yeah. What's the weakest Anarch identity? Edward Kim?
No. Quetzal. 100% Quetzal.
Oh, really?
100%. Yeah, by a large margin, Quetzal. Okay. Corporate Grant also did get restricted, which is wild. I don't think anybody expected this.
Yeah, that threw me off. Like, it's an annoying card to play against, but I didn't think it was restricted.
It is. I don't think economy denial is anywhere near as good as it used to be. Now, you have Corporate Grant, sure. You also have pressure on all centrals with crowdfunding. You have Amina, which can keep credits down. But there's only diversion of funds, right? Like, it's not as good as Account Siphon used to be. This card's also well influenced. I have splashed this in, like, Exotic Eye builds. I have splashed this in, like, Pawn Shop and Wild stuff. And this is honestly
Null is so weak we forget about Null.
What? No, Null is Null is not weaker than Quetzal.
Null is definitely weaker than Quetzal.
No. Null is not weaker than Quetzal. Definitely not. No.
Anyway, but Corporate Grant, like, now that it doesn't have crowdfunding to support it.
Yeah, this card actually got a lot worse without crowdfunding, because crowdfunding was an easy, cheap, recurring install, which means that this kept firing. So I'm actually surprised that both of these got hit together. I thought maybe hitting one would drop the power level. And then there's this huge conversation about currents in general. There's a lot of people, you see conversations on Reddit of people being like, hey, ban all currents from Netrunner. And I unfortunately fall in that camp as well. I feel like Netrunner would be a better game without currents, or at least if currents were redesigned in a way that they had a limited lifespan or cleared to win on a score or a steal. Like, I just don't like currents, because not only can they be really swingy, and all the currents that generally do get played are currents that stop the other player from doing things.
Yeah, like and the scarcity of resources is like
always been an
example,
issue.
And then Employee Striker just.
And that's such a card that's a card that also comes up in the conversation about, like, we considered banning scarcity, restricting scarcity resources. And I think if you do, nobody plays it. But it's also a big thing is that these cards are restricted. So in theory, you could still play these, but it's kind of like a soft ban, because the only competitive deck that plays Au revoir also needs to play either
them together.
Lamb, right?
Oh yeah.
And you can't do that. Or if you play Tech Trader, sure, you have a cool econ card, but you can't recur your deck. So is it balanced? I don't know. Currents in principle could be okay, but the ones we have are problematic. Yeah, that's the problem. The ones that we have, I don't know. And I think that big deal of Corporate Grant being restricted. What restricted card do criminals play now? Is it Corporate Grant? If you're playing
Or
just like
is
a
it-
good stuff
yeah.
criminal deck, are you playing Corporate Grant? Or are you playing Film Critic?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think Corporate Grant is still.
It depends on your deck, because
depends
there's
on the deck.
actually
Well, yeah, of
less
course.
things to install
I mean,
regularly.
maybe it's there because we're going to get more support for Az, and Az will have a lot of low cost things to install
Yeah.
very cheaply, and
Yeah.
maybe Corporate Grant would be abused.
Corporate
with that.
Grant is good in Geist, stuff like that.
and Corporate Grant is good in
yeah.
Geist, yeah.
But Geist Tech Trader.
Yeah.
Apathy's thing, I feel like there are better designs that operate the same design space of currents, like MCA and 4-minute pad tab. I 100% agree. I feel like there could be some cool changes. I think that, I don't know who said this comment on Reddit, but like if currents had built-in drawbacks or built-in counterplay, like the idea of scarcity resources increases the install cost of every resource by 2, but the runner could throw out 2 resources either for a click or clicklessly to clear the scarcity.
Yeah.
Like there's some cool
Alternate clear conditions. would be
yeah,
fun.
which give more ways to play around a card as opposed to like I got to go ham and steal an agenda or I'm going to be out of the game in a main way because I either didn't put currents in my deck or I don't own currents.
Yeah.
Which also feels really bad that the only way to fight against currents is to have a limited card that doesn't exist. I don't know.
It might have to be a just completely new card type, like not just a subtype, but a card type.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, like it would have built-in rules. Like we already have the current text, but maybe there is every current would have just
but
like
that fucks the game up, right?
it would fuck the game up,
because
yeah.
of like things like Salset and like
Oh,
all
yeah,
the ones
of
that say
course.
name a type.
Mm.
Yeah, that's hard.
Did you get your free? Was today a free Slurpee day?
I have no idea. I don't think I've had a Slurpee in years.
I don't think I've ever had a Slurpee.
Other than scarcity, there isn't a very strong corp currents. The balance between runner corp on the current war always feels unbalanced. It is, and honestly, like a scarcity might have just gotten a lot better too, because I don't think that criminals are going to be playing currents in their deck
No,
unless they're not if they're playing Grant.
There's no criminal current now, right?
Unscheduled maintenance,
well,
which like is
wasn't
unscheduled
gonna-
maintenance,
I
which
wasn't
is like a
gonna count that one,
niche
yeah.
card.
very niche.
You can play neutral stuff, which are not the worst, but they're generally more situational.
Yeah.
Like interdiction, I have played in decks just because I can't lose. Don't
Sure.
want to lose the scarcity if I'm playing like a lot of resources in Geist,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes you play freedom through equality if you play again Geist because you can see the top of the deck.
Yeah.
But it's like it's wild because now the if you ask me the number of playable currents on the runner side in competitive decks, it's hacktivist meeting.
Mm-hmm.
End of list.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
corporate
like,
Grant.
I can't think of another one, especially once creation control rotates and yeah. Anyway, yeah, they add a game inside the game. That's not the
Yeah, it's also like the game inside the game to me never felt like I'm playing some cool like big bluff game. It's like, okay, do I play my scarcity now or do I play it later? And like it's hard to tell because whether or not they have it in hand or whether they get into the mind space to me feels more random. It's like, do they draw it? Do they mulligan for it? Sure, you can have some space there, but the difference between playing it on the right time or clearing a current with it is the difference between winning and losing a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rumor Mill is playable. It hits
yeah.
it hits Rashida. That's generally the only like play hacktivist. Corp currents are inherently less powerful because it's hard to punish a runner the turn you play, while runner currents are impactful. Yeah. He's pronouncing a scarcity. Scarcity.
Scar City.
I say scarcity.
Am I saying it? Am I saying
How do you say
scarcity?
it? Yeah, you say scarcity.
No, I think I think I want to say scarcity.
It's scarcity is
how
British.
does Rodney Smith stay? Like that's what I'm trying to emulate with my Canadian accent.
I don't know who Rodney Smith's the board game guy.
Yeah. So he's like
okay,
card. Have you
Card.
seen-
Oh yeah, he does cards real Canadian. Yeah, he must
Wait,
be
have
from
you
the
seen
East
him
Coast.
flipping boxes?
No.
No, we'll look that up later.
Okay. Okay, 2 other cards on the corp side. Cards.
Oh, also,
Curds.
if anyone wants to buy me a Slurpee and make me drink it, I will. Just like as long as it's not like a 16-liter at once. Like, but otherwise, yeah, just round me on the street and buy me a Slurpee.
Coin flip, how's it going? Want more good current? Scarcity's unfair to play against, unfun to play against.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't afraid to balance around fun before. I'm still surprised Scarcity is still in the game.
Yeah,
I'm really
honestly surprising.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So sorry. Corp cards.
Corp cards is actually a very small pool, and it's all targeting the same sort of archetype we played earlier today, which is CU, SIU. I don't know how you want to say. There's no period, so I'm gonna say like a word. Shoo. And Zealous Judge, which this is a combo that shows up in all the really strong modern meta decks. The one Gagarin deck we played is the one that's off meta because people were actually teching for this. Because if you have enough money and trash all their assets, this deck can't do anything. But the idea is that you pick one. Why this is strong? This is one of the only cards in the game that can punish the runner if they don't run.
Right.
I think the other one largely is threat level alpha, which is a double, so you can't follow up with any sort of big damage kill.
Anyway.
There's not much you can do besides close the count.
Yeah.
Which honestly probably could be played in a Gagarin deck. You just can't consult for it.
Yeah.
But this is crazy because you start your turn with 3 clicks and they have a tag, so you can Zealous once and then like a lot of times kill them.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do Zealous kill. It does 6 meat damage.
Yeah,
if you have
it's
everything.
like a sea source that gives you an extra click, or that they also didn't need to run to do.
Chaz says I'll buy you a Slurpee next free Slurpee day.
Nice.
I put that in your calendar.
I'm getting a lot of people offering me Slurpees. That's nice. Well, 2.
It's better than it was earlier.
Better than 1. Yeah, it's better than earlier.
I honestly think the big deal here is that CU and Zealous Judge are just basically now banned. Which just sucks because I feel like Zealous Judge is on the cusp of really being really good in CTM decks.
Yeah, I think Zealous Judge has always been pretty interesting. Anyway,
I think it's a really strong card. I think CU could be played, but like now you're getting into slots where like. Actually, I don't know. CTM, honestly, right now is very playable. It's honestly like really hard for me to sit back and look at the meta and be like, what's good and what's bad now based on what's changed. I think one of the first things that jumps off the bat, and we haven't even looked at the corp cards yet, is that the world's winning CTM deck, its biggest thing it lost to was crowdfunding, according to a lot of people, and I never tested the matchup.
Yeah.
And now Commercial Bankers Group isn't even restricted.
Right.
Which it used to be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now you can play like Global Food Initiative in that deck as well, as long as you have the influence. And now I think it was a point where you consider putting CU in the deck, maybe Zealous Judge, so you could do like CU close accounts, win the game. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, today was 7-Eleven free Slurpee Day.
Oh,
do we even have a 7-Eleven in Montreal?
In Montreal, no. In Toronto, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no 7-Elevens here.
I used to live near 7-Eleven in Vancouver.
Yeah. I don't know if it's fair to say that they forgot them. We're not in those MWL discussions where they're making
referring to Jellyhead21 saying, biggest annoyance with Nice's MW. Well, not so much they restrict ban. They keep saying they're looking at cards and forget them by the next one. It's like
they didn't forget about them. I think it'd be crazy to think they forgot about them. It's hard to make all these decisions.
Yeah, there's enough smart people working on Nice that no one could have forgotten.
This is a lot of people. This is a lot of testing. Like, I think it's very easy to like people think that. Look at certain like winning deck lists and always be running and be like, okay, well these are winning, so we'll react to them. They did much more than that. CU Exchange wins the game. That's also a really big thing. CU Exchange can win games. And whether you want to put this as your restricted card in an Acme deck, sure, you honestly could. But I feel like this, I don't know, this card is honestly strong enough that I could see it still being played. It's also a big deal, and we'll get to that in a second, is that maybe you can still play Zealous Judge because Wayland honestly doesn't have a restricted card anymore.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's talk about that. Surveyor and Excalibur unrestricted. These are the only changes to the corp side. That's not true. The other two were. This card was crazy when it came out. Everyone was like, please restrict this. This card, I think the biggest issue, it is only 2 influence, which is 1 to 2 influence, 2 few as it could be. This card is nuts.
It's an incredibly powerful piece of ice. In the right decks, but the right decks are easy to make.
I am really worried that some of the best decks right now, we saw a tournament a couple months ago where the winning deck did this, and I don't mean to like at all take away from this person's victory, but where the winning play, because they're playing against Au Revoir decks, was Jinja on remote, jam all the ice on remote, jam to the remote, a single ice on centrals. And I feel there's so many reasons why putting Jinja on a remote and just jamming everything into it is now the winning strat. It seems so good. Surveyor is only 2 influence. I think every deck that's trying to run Glacier will run at least 2 of these.
Yep, for sure.
It's a nuts abilities. This is the ice it's one of the only ice that scales in a good way, that actually gets better the later the game goes. Generally, the corp gets worse the later the game goes. That's why Métis was crazy, because now their ability was worth a click and 4 credits as opposed to the early game.
Yeah.
Hey, Maddie, how's it going? How's the movie?
Oh, hey. What movie did you see?
It was like a prequel to The Ring.
I didn't even know there was a prequel to The Ring.
It's Fantasia.
Oh, right.
I think it's just.
I haven't looked at any of the Fantasia movies available right now.
Rob says Surveyor plus food seems really nice, and that's a really big deal. We'll look at the list at the bottom, but Wayland honestly doesn't like. If you're building a Wayland deck, let's look at this. What do you play as your restricted card?
Probably food.
Maybe food. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe Zealous Judge if you have something wild going on, but that was the biggest thing with Wayland. It was like, okay, you can't restrict border control, which by the way isn't restricted, which a lot of people might be surprised about, because it's either you restrict Surveyor, you restrict border control. If you restrict both, Wayland is fucked. And Wayland is a really good archetype right now. Actually, might be the strongest, most well-performing faction across the board in all tournaments right
probably.
now. I think they're the best faction,
and it's going to keep going because
and it probably just got so much better. Now the thing is, like, if more people are playing Surveyor, more people tech against it. If more people are playing Border Control, which I think Border Control, the value of Border Control is crazy right now, people are going to tech against it. Like this whole build a big ass remote server with Jinja City Grid, there are some niche weird counters that people might start playing. Things like EMP device, things like quest completed.
Oh yeah,
like
EMP device would be fun.
there's ways to deal with that.
Great.
I think they talk about David specifically in the article, which honestly, as a counter to Surveyor, okay.
It's so because you can get through 1.5 surveyors.
Yeah, you just let
David,
one of the
it's not-
trace fires,
yeah.
like whatever.
Sadako was not good. Oh, Sadako is also a Netrunner card, isn't it?
Yeah. What about Sadako? Oh, it's called Sadako. Okay, cool. Movie was not good. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Apocalypse is a big thing, but again, we're talking about border control in every deck, so you do have some tech against it. Your system, how's it going? Do you expect significantly more asset spam going forward, or Glacier the new medical? I think 100% Glacier.
Yeah.
The last card we're getting to is Excalibur. This is the biggest change to the most wanted list, if you ask me. That scares the shit out of me. This terrifies me. And again, we haven't played. We're going to build a deck real soon to talk about this, but Excalibur is no longer a restricted card. This is a really good ability. It is typeless, which means that if runners can't break this consistently, you're going to be winning games. Because again, border control is not restricted and it costs too little influence. It should be 4, should be 5. It's not, it's 3. And even if it's not in Wayland, border control Excalibur, go.
Yeah.
What do? You need to have an Amaku at strength 3. You need to have a Lamb or Angola. One of them is restricted. You either need to have, which probably is the most likely to some extent, is to run like Kongamado Gabahali in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
what
that
if they
makes
have 2 border controls?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do against Ag Infusion with Excalibur now? Like, that was always a problem. That was always like in a pocket. What do you do against Marcus Batty? What do you do against Nisei tokens? Like, Excalibur should show up everywhere. I think the Glacier meta idea here is just put Jinja City remote, get a Excalibur on there, get a border control, get a Surveyor on there. That server's fucked. That server's fucked. And that's not an expensive server. Like, by turn 1, no, that's obviously way off. By like turn 4 in an Ag Infusion deck, you can have Excalibur, some shit ice, jam a Nisei token.
Yeah.
Now, if they can't deal with Excalibur regularly, so what do you do about that? You have to like run Cyberdex Fire Suite, so Amakua can't get big. Like, better Mati is totally true, but like, I don't know. I think this card is nuts. This card, I think every runner that needs to be competitive needs to find a way to break this, and it's a very limited card pool of how to do that. In terms of AI breakers, we have Amakua at 3, which is a lot. That means you have to spend your whole turn if they purged. Unless you want to like do that thing where you put 3 counters on it. Viral, infect.
Infect.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we know what we're talking about.
Make Crypsis great again. Ah, too expensive. You could run all ice, Jinja all ice. You could also just run like sports and just jam all the shit. Like spend 9 influence in sports on border control. Hell, we talked about even running Satyr Laboratories because recording a border control is incredibly powerful. Ash on top of this, like there's so many reasons why Excalibur is crazy, and this should be everywhere because Excalibur and border control together seems like the strongest combo in the whole game. And again, remember when like other cards like this came out, Marcus Batty, and we thought the sky was falling. Like we shouldn't say that yet, but I feel like the runners at least have to heavily adjust to a meta where you have to deal with this consistently in any deck, let alone also survey.
Contaminate.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Contaminate the turtle. See, that's what happened to... Well, okay, we'll get to that next time.
I just reread the MWL 3.2 notes, and all the counters they said exist to perpetuate keeping scarcity in the game are all hit this most on the list. I agree with you. Yeah, I would recommend you to read the whole article because they talk about why they ban certain things. So, for instance, it's seen as an unfair way to secure an agenda, the current preponderance of low influence and efficient AI and pseudo AI effects. I think this specifically is like what? Amakua, Lamb... Like, Ngolo Lamb is restricted.
Yeah.
Ngolo is sees play, but it's 3 influence.
Yeah.
And also expensive for a rush deck. And then you still need to, with Ngolo, you still need to deal with the border control. Amakua is easy to counter. Like, people might actually start playing that, like, what's that big trace card that traces all the viruses?
Macrophage?
Macrophage, yeah. Like, the Kraparskula.
Yeah, Crapuscula?
The beer's okay. Anyways... I think that's crazy.
Contaminate quick Crypsis is virtually quick neutral, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes you just need to get your Keisha up. Angola's 4 influence. Oh, it's 4 influence. Fuck me. Okay. Have we talked Pirate Apoc? Anyways, that's a list. I think the biggest thing here, like, I don't know if this shakes up the meta. It shapes up I think this list, with seeing no testing, seeing no games on JNet, shakes up the meta mostly on the corp side and just guts criminal in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Criminal's probably still okay. I feel like a lot of the criminal matchups we have played over the last couple of months, crowdfunding were never good in those games because the meta adjusted to it and people were putting annoying enough ice on archives where you weren't getting value from it. So honestly, losing the crowdfunding makes the acid spam matchup worse, but might not be the biggest deal against the decks that already exist right now.
Sure.
We were playing a lot of next decks the last couple of weeks.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I hadn't noticed that.
Some really good ones too. But I feel like just jamming Excalibur in any next deck, jamming Excalibur in any deck that runs Ash, like this is crazy. Even if you don't res this and then they run R&D to get like an Amakua counter after you purge, and you're just like, that's it, your turn's over.
Yeah. All right, let's build a deck.
Yeah, let's build a deck. Anyways, that's us splithering about the new Most Wanted list. This doesn't go into action, by the way, until the 19th. No, I made that date up. Is that right?
No, they said we were just there. No, a little bit lower. No, further up. Okay, go to a different.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's technically not legal yet. You have tournaments this weekend. That probably doesn't matter, but we're going to start building around this just to see what things look like today. For what it's worth, a lot of people are writing new Most Wanted lists. Big Boys playing. Jinteki, I don't know if we want to just pop in here real quick, but I'm imagining we're going to see border controls and Excaliburs in... Oh, it's Industrial Genomics. Okay, let's leave here really quickly. Anyways. Yeah. Is Acid Spam even better right now?
Yeah.
Probably.
Like it might as well be without crowdfunding.
Yeah, crowdfunding was a big counter to Acid Spam decks. I guess Hacktivist is good. Let's build a deck. Words I love to hear. Let's do it. We're going to open this up in Chrome, though. It generally is less... it works more reliably. How's everyone doing, by the way? Hopefully enjoying your Thursday. It's pretty hot in here. We have the air conditioning on, but it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm very uncomfortable.
I'm glad to hear.
It's so humid in Montreal. I don't know why I still live here. People talk about, like, do you think this, like, have you ever been to Scotland? No. People talk about Scotland's climate, and I feel like that would really suit me.
It's weird, because, like, people talk about Canada or Montreal specifically, be like, oh, the winters are unbearable. Do you know what's unbearable? Literally the summer.
Yeah, no, it's like walking through some sort of thick pudding. It's just the air itself. You can feel the solid air. It's disgusting. It's gross.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Baza says we got some thunderstorms in Ottawa.
Oh, we had a full-on lightning storm.
And it just made it worse. Oh, do you have a job now getting AC? I do, AC. But it's like a window AC, and it's
not pointing at us.
I don't think you can point it.
It's ventilating the rest of the apartment.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to get what little scraps are left to us. So we're going for Ag Infusion, you think? Or are we doing a next?
Yeah, let's do Ag. Okay, so we could do HB and like jam stuff with next. Sports Metal is good. It gives you card draw for Jinja. Or we can just do Ag Infusion, which is a really strong ability and has 17 influence. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. It's actually cool out, guys. Open the window. We
can't.
I don't want to. Because then the street noise comes in, and that's way louder. And also, we're loud, and then the neighbors hear it, and it's kind of a shit show.
It's kind of embarrassing because they asked what we're doing, and we're like, well, we're playing a game called Android Netrunner. It's 2-player symmetrical cyberpunk heist competitive card game. Like, what's that? It's a game where one player plays a hacker or a runner, and the other is a corporation to keep their servers secure. And they're like, that sounds pretty cool. Can we come over? Like, well, not right. We're busy, but like another time. It's just a whole thing.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the way basics, which probably is way too many Excaliburs. One too many Excaliburs.
Yep.
We def one food right. No, we def one Excalibur. Take turns standing next to AC. Wouldn't mind seeing an Architects of Tomorrow deck. That's all Biroids though, and none of that really changed by the new Most Wanted list, unfortunately. I think that's a fine deck. I think Daily Quest made that deck better. This is 3.3 for sure. Hey Pat, send me that text so I can memorize it, please.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Excalibur's free. We talked about this. Do we play food? I guess we probably play Obokata. Because Kakuko, Border Control, Excalibur, like all that stuff is pretty good. And they can't steal Obokata if they have to go through the thing twice.
Ugh.
Am I not wrong? Ag Infusion power is once per turn, instead of rezzing and approach ice, you may trash and choose another server. So after they've gone through the Excalibur, that's a really big deal. Now, unfortunately, oh my god, Sandstorm is also a card they have to deal with. Sandstorm is so good with Excalibur.
Okay, so the reason Ag Infusion is good is because, like, essentially it ends the run. You shunt them off to a useless server that's not going to benefit them in any way. Sometimes even hurt. Like, when Ag Infusion first came out, I think it was a lot of people were finding ways to trick the runner into killing themselves, throwing themselves onto a Junebug.
A lot of people, well, Jack Robinson saying IT department, and then Rain saying IT department fun.
Yeah, IT department is always fun, claims Jack Robinson.
IT department should be banned from the game, if you ask me. I think it's a stupid card and makes a lot of really negative space where you just literally can't run. But to build that sort of deck, that sort of Hydra deck, you need to run a certain ice suite that's punishing off face checks, which we don't have it. Yeah, so if you have an undressed ice that was meant to be unresed, you can trash it to hoop them to another server. Now, unfortunately, we want our innermost ice to be unresed.
Right.
Which there are very few ways to do that elegantly. We have replanting, which is a double, which kind of sucks, but this does give us the ability to rebuild our servers. It also lets us install cards at no cost, which if we want to do something ridiculous like Surveyor, this is good. But there's a kind of a nomba between Surveyor and Ag Infusion because you make your servers weaker by trashing ice. So this is not the best, but we want cheap ways to get ice that is like, you know, unresed. There's no ice that unreses itself anymore, right?
No,
Miraju? Can we put Miraju in a remote?
Yeah. Sure we could.
No, they just fire this. They let it fire. This card's actually really good with Jinja.
Is there not...
Do we play the Champions for too? Unlikely, because it reses
Formicary doesn't de-res itself. That's a different ability.
No, Formicary reses itself.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of Rhyme, but Rhyme just reses itself.
Right.
Thimblerig's okay. Yeah, Thimblerig's actually really
good.
That's
one of my things. Wow. Thimblerig.
Stethonium department for sure. Mutate doesn't make any sense in this deck. Like, you want to build a Mutate deck, you're building a weird deck. We're just trying to rush out Nisei tokens.
Can we not shame the people who want to play Mutate deck?
No, Mutate's good. It's just a different deck.
I feel like, okay, just feel like you're
Mutate's good
for their weird preferences, which are not normal.
Yeah, just we're not going to have any expensive ice. The only playable ice, maybe Chimera rotated. Yeah, Chimera was in the first cycle.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone. If we also want to be really cheesy, which we probably shouldn't, we can also play genetic resequencing. I love this card with Nisei tokens.
Yeah,
because if they don't run on an advanced card. Also really interesting, talking about having them run a server again. Lethea is kind of cool in Ag Infusion, because now you can trash the outermost of ice when they run again, and then do the hoop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't love Lethea, but I think when Marcus Batty is gone, then she's going to be a much more interesting choice.
Yep. Yeah, she will be. Hydra, it's a lot of influence for a face check sentry, which you have in faction in Jinteki. Easy with the deck shaming. Some of us like fringe stuff.
Oh, hey, System Outage. Good to see you.
Yeah, no, it's just, I'm not deck shaming. I don't know why Patrick said I was.
I don't know why you're deck shaming.
We're just trying to build like a rush
deck. You made fun of my
terrible
speech impediment, which I dealt with for many years. I tried so hard.
Oh, no.
And like as soon as I say a very funny joke, which no one laughed at.
It was only me for what it was worth.
Yeah, no, I guess, yeah.
So apparently we can go into
Chiashi?
here. Somebody said this a while ago, and we can change the... I think I have to do that in other settings, but you can change the most wanted list. I don't know how to do it. I'm panicking. I'm going to stop doing it. I laughed, for the record. I don't think we want Sandstorm. Why not?
Thanks, Kintian.
Excalibur Sandstorm's really good. What's wrong with that? I tried to with Wari one time. We did it on the channel before. It's a video called Sniffer. It's actually pretty fun. Yeah, this deck definitely is about Sandstorm. Not as good as was in Mati. I think it's still pretty good. We just have to get us on the innermost, so we have to thimble rig it. Okay, we need money. We need a rush.
Drop down to change MWL. Do you think 3.3 is already available on?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Huge. Thanks. Don't expect me to laugh at any of your jokes until I get the soup thing.
Whoa. Okay. I haven't tried gazpacho many times, but I've never enjoyed it. It's never what I want out of soup.
It's a good summer soup.
You can't just put two words together and expect it to be a sentence.
I feel like we need to go really rushy. Your ID does the Sandstorm thing? Yeah, but Sandstorm also does the Sandstorm thing. And then we don't res it. It's a Sandstorm. I feel like you're right, though. We're going to want something for Centrals, and this isn't it. It seems like overkill, but that's kind of the point. I want to see if we can just like lean into it so hard that's ridiculous.
How much ice do you usually put in an Ag Infusion deck?
19?
Yeah. I wonder if that new Wayland card has any value in Ag Infusion.
Tom-Toms, yes. Oh, which one?
The double that installs ice from your deck.
SCP?
It's like security something something?
Yeah. SCP. It's an SCP reference.
Secure and protect.
Yeah. No.
All right.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Holy
okay.
shit, this card's not good. This card's only good in Wayland if you have to like building blocks, but even then it's your whole fucking turn. Mind Game and IQ are cheap and annoying. Yeah, I think that's actually really good.
IQ, yeah. Or Mind Game.
I just worry that we don't have enough ways to like install things on the inside. How much do we have? We have a lot of ice. We have 20. I feel like we just need more money, and we have no big ice. So like, if we can't rush, we're gonna be fucked.
Well, can we put Chiashi?
But we're never gonna pay 12 for it. We don't have money.
Okay.
Well,
And we've got 8 more influence to spend as well.
yeah. Like we jam Rotos? I don't think so. Sunset isn't in the legal card pool, unfortunately, but it's also like, yeah. No sentries at the moment either. This thing is, people expect sentries, right?
You know what would be a really fun non-bow with a Jinja Surveyor deck?
Oh, fuck.
Edge of Worlds.
They have to run the outermost piece of ice. I totally forgot about this. Like, we're only using this just to get them off the server.
Yeah.
So we want big ice.
Yeah. Right?
Okay, so we need more money.
Yeah. Speaking Kakugo seems overboard.
Yes. Correct. But we have Obokata.
Eliza's Toy Box to res Chiashi.
That's a totally different deck. We want to go fast.
Celebrity Gift?
Yeah, I was trying to type Celebrity Gift. I wrote Cyberdex Fire Suite. We have 8 influence.
Cortex Lock, maybe? We might have enough. We definitely have enough ice by now. It's time to start cutting ice.
Yeah, what about we do just have influence for Jinja? I think we do.
Oh yeah, of course. Jinja would be great.
So we need just more card draw. What's card draw in Jinteki? There's like a couple weird ones, like all the alliance cards draw cards. What are they called? Like hasty relocation, and there's like heritage committee. This is now we can build a mutate deck. Am I right?
Okay, I'm just gonna get going.
Not mutate. What's the other one called? Heritage.
Heritage committee, yeah.
Wow, these cards are so fucking similar. Did these come out of the same cycle?
No, these are like 3 cycles apart almost.
Wow, is this the perfect Jinja card?
Oh, it might. It is.
This is good. I like to use successful demo and Stinson in Ag Infusion. Swordsman? Yeah, Swordsman's actually pretty good. I'd be down for that. How's it going, Mark? Ramen Rai is hard. Like, I don't know what we do. Oh, Ramen Rai lets us draw an ice. It flips a card for a card at the same time. But, like, any ice is just as good in Ag Infusion. I just want to get ice on the innermost. Like, that's the biggest problem. How do you install innermost ice without replanting?
Minty. Right, sorry.
Ah,
sorry.
fuck,
yeah.
Minty.
Yeah,
Empty.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Snare. Swordsman, I
Mutate
like.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I do like Swordsman a fair bit.
We've got so much ice. What are we going to drop?
I feel like that's wrong.
Is Batty in? Are we doing Batty?
We don't have really good baddie targets. We only have one End the Run and Thimble Rig.
But Batty for...
Oh, Baddie's really
well.
good. Yeah, Baddie's better for border control. Yeah, we definitely play Baddie. I think Heritage Committee doesn't make it. How much card draw we need for Jinja to be good? I feel at this point we do play Surveyor.
We've got enough.
This is stupid because we're trashing our ice. Is Surveyor good?
Oh, did we take out Surveyor?
Yeah, we
right,
never
it's
put
kind
it
of
in.
a non-bow,
It's
right?
a non-bow. You
Yeah,
batting Excal sub. Yeah, you batting Excal sub for sure. Or you can let Excal fire and then you batting End the Run.
Guard to stifle bypass is pretty neat. I like that.
We already have a Nancy, and a Nancy deals a bypass.
True.
And I think it's just a better ice. It's also just a better cost ratio. 4 for an End the Run as opposed to 8 for like a crazy good. Cut a mind game maybe too many becomes a liability. You just have to pay for them each run. Yeah, we can't afford these. How do we get money in this? I think we just drop our mind games for or we drop one of each of these and then we put like 2 what's it called? Slot machines? Like sometimes it makes us money.
Slot machine.
This is a very boring deck. I feel like it will rush up pretty good. Data loop is way too expensive and it's not rushy enough. I don't even like that Nancy. Deferred power, how's it going? This doesn't make any sense in our deck.
Well, maybe it does.
We want cards that D-res.
You want cards at D-res.
Whoa!
This is how you get Re-Res Chiashi.
What about then we just jam a bunch of rhymes and stupid shit in here? Is this what we want?
Oh my god.
Oh, we
Rhymes
need
and
a
Divert Power is-
preemptive for sure.
Wait, Rhyme and Divert Power is good? Can you bring up Rhyme?
No, rhyme reses itself. But yeah, you D-res it. Yeah, wait, this divert power is kind of cool. This divert power is kind of really cool.
Yeah, let's definitely put it in the deck.
Yeah.
Definitely put. It's a 3 of, right?
No.
Okay. I feel like it's a 3 of, but
Can't be.
plasma is better for rush. What's plasma?
I don't know what plasma is, Jim. Gatekeeper?
Gatekeeper,
That's
maybe.
like 2 influence though. It's really good for rush. It's very good for rush. Is that better than... What's that better than? Fuck. Shit. We got too much influence. 17 wasn't enough. 23. Okay, slot machine. You got Battery NGO. You get a res for a second before diverting the power. Fuck. Okay, slot machine. I'm gonna win without you. I'm really excited about this divert power.
Yeah, I'm excied about our 1 of divert power. Can we
It's a
just
2
get
of.
to
It's a
one?
2 of.
Yeah, let's make it a 1 of though. Maybe
Why? We have influence. We're good.
we do. Oh, we do. Yeah, you're right.
Dear's NGO for Rashidi. Yeah, 100% we can
Polana.
do that.
For Paulina.
Oh, Paulina? Paulina's better for rush. Yeah, but I feel like we're trying to build a divert power ag infusion.
Yeah. I don't know how we got to divert power ag and confusion, but we're here.
I feel like a sandstorm might be overkill.
Yeah, ag infusion is specifically an unrest piece of ice, right? That's why we're doing deresing.
On rush, go 2 foods and 7 2-pointers.
Himitsu Bako? Nah. But I like Himitsu Bako.
Does any of these have derez effects? Is there any card that can derez itself? Himitsu just returns to hand, which is actually really bad because we want things on the inside. There's no card that installs itself on the inside, is there? No. Mati. I'm thinking Mati. 2 foods and 7 2-pointers instead. Yeah, actually, maybe we can just do medical breakthroughs. But we need influence for food. That's the problem. And influence is really tight in this dope ass deck. I think actually SSL is probably one of the better things for rush because if they steal it, it's good for us. Is this a good agenda then suite? Yeah, that's actually pretty fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah, Yagi Uda might actually be better than medical breakthrough. I think you're totally right. Yeah, because we're never going to get to 2-2. We're going to lose before it. I think we just play Yagi. Huh. Yeah, that's okay. I don't like that you don't really have any divert power targets other than Anansi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's
Like,
fine.
we're not doing this for the value. We're doing this just to...
We're doing it for you, the fans.
to do it. So we play one. We can't play one Chiashi.
Okay, we already have more than enough.
Thimblerig is really good in this deck.
Thimblerig is great. We don't... Do we need...
We need more ice, because
No.
Excalibur is in real ice.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. But Excalibur... But like, we mostly have this much ice just so Eye Confusion can trash stuff.
Rob says cutting Excalibur, but Rob, I think you might be right, but I think we're not going to do it because we're trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
I'd rather actually 100% in his deck, I'd much rather play Macrophage. Because if it's shit, we just trash it.
Yeah.
That's how we end up with all the bad ice in this deck. We'll play Rhyme, because if it's shit, we'll trash it.
I feel like we've made bad choices.
I don't think we have. I think the bad choice we've made is 51 cards.
Yeah.
Play one Chiachi, then you can play Secure and Protect, and then... I read too much of that.
Timely public release lets you put ice where... Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Timely Public Release isn't good, and it reses the ice.
Yeah.
It's also way too expensive, yeah. Mind Game is terrible ice. Literally, Rhyme is better. I mean, Mind Game is a really good ice. They break it. If it's an innermost, they always break it. It doesn't res? Yeah, it does.
Nope. Just install it anywhere. No res.
Oh.
Still not great. I mean, it's actually worse this way, but it works better for this deck now. That's interesting.
Cool. Excuse me. And before 3 agendas and 2 Excel open. Ah, fuck you. No, we need this. I don't think we need the preemptive. Chaz, you might be right because we're so rushy.
Ike?
We need cheap ice.
Okay. Drop one.
How much ice do we have? Okay, 8 plus 4. We drop an Excalibur likely.
Drop 2 Anansi, put 1 Chiashi in.
Why are we putting more expensive ice in our rush deck?
Because we've got Divert Power. And
It's not going to happen!
Well, there's 2 Divert Power.
We're not going to res all of them at the right time. The Divert Power is just like... okay, like, if this is our opening hand...
Okay, so we're doing another escort mission is what we're doing.
Yes.
Remember that time? Okay, so often we're like, hey, let's put this crazy card in a deck.
Oh,
and our
hand
goal is
trash.
to win with while never playing it and protecting it the whole way through.
Yeah, so you
People
win.
are going to run their hand to see Divert Power, what's going on?
Why are we rushing out of Ag? Because it's good. It's a good ability. Because we put Divert Power in the deck. We can't question it too late. Yeah, it's a mid-game deck, but I think mid-game is right because it will change the Niseis. We want to see how this goes. This might not be amazing. I'm totally fine with that idea.
Might not be.
This
amazing.
can't be 3 of. How much of the ice can we actually put on centrals in turn 1? That's the problem, is like all our ice is good for remotes. We have no good central ice. What's like good central ice for Jinteki? Because all of it is like incredibly expensive, or you splash it. Like slot machine, right?
Kukuko? Oh, no,
yeah, which is bad against Turning Wheel.
Yeah. Is Turning Wheel one of those cards you think is going to get restricted?
No.
Too useful for too many people. Not powerful enough.
It's good. It encourages people not to play dumb end the run ice.
Yeah.
It lets you end a game where the corp is like just credit. Like it gives you power to do something that's actually very valuable. If anything, I wish that card to some extent said like you could spend 3 turns to purge it or like reduce the counters by half or something.
Yeah.
But no, then the game would just drag on. Envelope is better than Kakugo and Centrals, yeah, totally. Lotus Field's not particularly good ice. IP block would be good, but we don't have influence.
Not anymore. I think like in the meta that Thousand Julys is playing with Parasite.
Yeah, or Yogg.
Like, or Yogg.
Yeah, it's incredibly good, but generally it's 5 credits for an end to run that most people break for 3 credits, which is at that point like Eli.
Yeah.
Anything else. There's a lot of things that are better. The sword in the stone. All right,
we got ourselves a deck.
it's good. I feel like the Ginger version should just be an HB or a Patlina, something that gets maybe
more
maybe
reliable money and
I keep up Timble Rig. The Yagura did not rotate. It's actually in System Core.
Crick for archives, another way to get ice back. Yeah, Crick with
Yeah, but it installs on the outside, which actually is something we don't want. We want inside. Crick is fine though. Taki, how's it going? We're trying MWL 3.3, which I think Excalibur is going to play a big part of it. How do you determine which cards you need? All 3 copies versus fewer copies. Okay, a lot of it you have to understand what other people are playing and what's like good. But the biggest thing you could say for the runner, do you want it in your opening hand or not?
Yeah.
Right? So hedge fund, we want an opening hand for 100%. IPO opening hand, it's not bad. We want to open with a Jinja for sure. Border control is how the deck wins. Thimble Rig, we want an opening hand. It's a cheap, good ice, and it's really strong. Anansi could be. And Geofront Rashida, we'll have all those in our opening hand, and then agendas are a bit different. But basically, you try that with every runner. Generally, it's 3 of, I want in my opening hand, I need this card to win. Yeah. 2 of, I want to find it at some point. 1 of, tech card. That's generally how simple it is for runner. For corp, it's a bit more complicated. Because you need certain balances of like different types of ice, the meta, stuff like that. It can be a bit harder.
Yeah, it's a good question though.
Yeah.
Like it's something that everyone has kind of figured out for themselves while they're building their deck.
Yes. I think the run is the easiest. Yeah. Opening hand, I need this. I want to find this at some point in the game.
Or
cool tech card.
I hope I get this in the
It'd be cool if I had it, yeah. It's like the 47th card that you couldn't cut or whatever, 44th. All right. Let's see how this goes. How's it going, Tataki, by the way? We don't have a restricted card? Yeah, I don't know if it matters. I honestly don't know if there's a restricted card we would play.
Yeah, I guess we didn't really take advantage of the MWL. Cause...
Like, what would we play? We took Obakata out of the deck. Mother Goddess doesn't make sense. We could play food. That's probably the best thing to do is play food and free of some influence if we tune the deck better. Like, probably Divert Power isn't worth it, we'll be honest. You probably want to put food in there.
No, don't say... No, come on.
Well, I'd be surprised if it'd be good enough because I feel either A, we didn't swing into it enough, or B, it just isn't good enough. Also, Netrunner DB was saying you need more agenda points in your deck.
That was before we removed enough cards.
We fixed it. Yeah, it's because we were at 50.
Yeah, we were above 50 for most of that time, and then we removed just enough cards to get below that.
All right, playing against Rob, who is in chat, knows what we're up to. Val, just good stuff. We have to play around Mining Accident.
That seems fine.
Yeah, we have this. Falling on the sword for chat. Hey.
Yeah, it is 3.2 compliant anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We did it.
Hey,
yeah, we did it.
Deck!
Yeah. Oh,
the best deck was hidden the whole time. That's awesome. All right. Playing against a Val. Don't have opening money. We want something cheap and shitty on the inside to trash. We want to protect HQ so we don't lose any of these. Next turn we can do a Nancy push. I don't feel like there's going to be heavy R&D pressure turn 1.
So we want to install...
We want something shitty in the inside and Excalibur on the outside. Right? But then as soon as this is on the inside, we can never get anything in there.
Right. So
So you need like Marcus Batty. This is actually really clumsy.
I don't like this at all anymore.
I feel like if we had more like ashes or defensive upgrades,
maybe we
this would
did.
get better.
Maybe we did need replanting.
Yeah, maybe we actually did want replanting. Replanting is probably better than divert power.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah, replanting is probably
I
better
guess
than
they
divert power.
Yeah, replanting and ag infusion came out in practically the same box. All makes sense now.
Take a credit. I don't care about R&D, and I care about mining accident. Funny playing it since it's not on the list anymore, but then having to restrict it all. Yep. Yeah, it's totally wild. Okay, R&D single access here. Fair bit of trashables in the deck. Have on bad pub. Here's the mining accident. Here we go. Rob kept going HQ. I think actually we res the rig so that we have an end the run. They also probably are an apocalypse deck. I wouldn't. I put Rob on an apocalypse Val.
Especially if he's testing us.
Yeah,
Because he knows we're running a Jinja tall server thing.
This is actually really good too because we have this up, so DDoS doesn't work. Hunting Grounds has no targets in our deck. We could swap this. Don't want to.
Nope.
Do we do Ike? I think we do Ike just jam Rashida. Hopefully draw into like a hedge fund or
Yeah, I
something.
like that.
Oh yeah, we can res that. That's fine. Yeah, we actually have Thimble Rig tricks. We can always res this. Goes on the inside. Okay, they're getting in here. The bad publicity goes pretty far here. Oh, we aren't auto scrolling. Excuse me.
That's gonna be annoying.
Wombat City Grid to move Excalibur back to the outside. That card really seems to work. Oh, actually, that might actually be
that's
really
true.
cool.
That works.
MCG is probably really good. Okay, we're gonna get wrecked by this turtle. Absolutely destroyed by this turtle. This is the one counter to the Excalibur, and we don't have the Cyberdex Fire Suit anymore. We have a single Chiashi. So we lost that. That's fine. What do they see on HQ? On Geofront? They didn't trash in Geofront? Wait, why didn't they trash in Geofront?
It was free for them to get in, but it would have cost them credit to trash in Geofront. That doesn't make a lot of sense because it's free money for us now.
Yeah. What's going on?
Install credit advance. They know, we know.
Do we play against? They know what this is.
We
they...
do. We might as well. And we do.
We
give them
plays
the
are
full
an
turn of
hacktivist. Yeah.
boosting that. So.
Oh, we rezzed this. We should have considered it. We actually shouldn't have rezzed it. Because 100% rezzing this was way wrong. I didn't even consider it. Not only do they break it for free.
But now we don't have an Ag Infusion target.
Yeah, exactly. We really fucked it up. I guess we could just swap Ike, but Ike's better.
Well, it's a good thing we got Divert Power, huh?
We have border control for the remote again. Amaku is really good against that. I feel like we might have to tech our deck a bit more against Amakua.
Yeah, we did remove the Cyberdex Virus Suit, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We did put Swordsman in, though.
We do.
And Macrophage. That'll be annoying.
And Macrophage. So I think we might want to purge next turn, but we have to ice up everything. So we just need to put something shitty here, like a Mind Games. So we want our... What do we want in the order? I don't know how to play Ag Infusion.
Do you want to draw first? Maybe
no,
see if
because
we
I
get
want to
G-Vice.
purge next turn. Like I just want to put the border control and then on this remote and have that as our jam remote because they're poorly teched against it. And then next turn we purge. Where do we want the Excalibur on the outside? Yeah, we have Excalibur border control. Like that's a really good server. So I'll just put this on it. I don't know we have this actually. Yeah, whatever. We'll put this on server 1. It's good to have this maybe on centrals, and then we'll just credit. We're going to need the money if we plan to res this. They want to MQ counter suspecting border control. Oh, that's true, right? They had to trash or not trash. I think they're going to get a mining accident here. They also have Deuce's Wild, which is another pocket expose effect, which is very potent if they need to get their Amaku up to size, and they can actually get through the Ike here. It's going to be one real credit, and we have to pay for the mining accident.
That's true, because expose would also boost the Amakuo.
Here, Earthrise Hotel, actually seeing play. Let's go.
Is Earthrise being saved? Did we see that it was? No?
It's in System Core.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Cool.
So we could jam this. They could get it. Honestly, if they steal it, it's probably fine, but we could actually just Excalibur or trade it. I think we draw once. We can get this on the remote and then get the combo up. Oh wait, they can break this, so we'd have to purge first. So we could play IPO and make it a 50-50, which seems pretty bad. I feel like actually it might have been better. Credit. Click for credit.
But yeah. Playing with
we could do Thimblerig tricks here for sure. Like we could swap Thimblerig with Ike and then get Excalibur. The thing is, like, we need a way to deal with Amakua. We might actually want 3 CBS. They hit the SSL, that's fine. We get 9 credits, which we need. Oh, we'll pay the 5, we got the money.
Yeah.
If they play a third one, we just lost 10 credits that turn, so this cancels out. Oh, we're gonna lose the IPO. This actually we will res.
Sure.
We're so far away from playing the IPO. I feel like if we played Palan, things would be a lot better because specifically we don't have to play around this headspace. Should have jammed in advance next turn. Yo, how's it going, man? I don't think we res this. It doesn't seem like it matters. Should jam the advance. Yeah, we could have jammed it. I think they would have checked though for sure because Rashid or anything, they would trash it. I feel like we just got unlucky on the 1 HQ hit they would have done that turn. So they have Excalibur. We don't want to purge yet. We can also put Excalibur on Archives, which is a really good target because if they run that, we just purge it. So we can do that, credit. Next turn we can purge, and then eventually we IPO. The problem is like Thimble Rig is so bad against
So we don't want to purge because they can just do Archives?
Or Amakua can just go through Thimble Rig for free.
Yeah.
So like we're going to have a problem here. We might want to get the Nazi on Central and then Thimble Rig it later, which probably is actually right. Oh, that's a start. Let's go, Julian. It's been a while.
Oh, I think is it Julien who has my crowdfundings?
No idea.
Well, I mean, that's why
we don't need him anymore.
That's why.
Perfect
timing.
timing.
I guess we don't need him anymore.
Seize the Nazi from HQ. Going in again, just getting the turtle up to 5 strength so that they can deal with could be an Anansi here. DNA tracker is 6. Actually, that's what they want to go for. So we res Excalibur. I don't think they're going to run the server twice. We will res the border control, I guess. If we don't, we can IPO, but we're in no rush to use our money. So this is going to be 3 credits, and then they have another 5 to trash the Jinja, but at that point, they won't have a lot of money. And then we can maybe jam there? I don't know. We just really need to find some turn to purge here. This is going to be almost all their money. I don't know if they can afford this. But this will get out of control. I feel like an HP deck would probably just be better with our plan here.
Yeah.
Liberated, getting their money back.
Because then we aren't spending influence on divert power. There we go.
I don't think we care about Jinja. Yeah, 100% you do. Jinja's insane. You always trash Jinja if you can. Because otherwise, like, things get out of control. Turtle's actually really good at dealing with Jinja remotes. I think we need to just, like, slowly put things on Archives and then, I guess we put this on HQ and then credit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't spend any money so that we can IPO it next turn. I don't know why this isn't auto-scrolling. Yeah, we have no ice on Centrals. Like, that's why also HB I think might be better. They have a lot of better, like, just ice for... I don't know, actually. But, like, Team Sportsman would have been fine. Oh, wow. They have the Rebirth, too. Icing Archives is really good for the Rebirth. Because you can play against Omar. Even.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
They should have moved the unres ice on the inside when they passed Thimble Rig. Yeah. We also want to get this off of Centrals. 6 Caliber. I'm not going to res it because they break it for free. Yeah, we have to plan our turn a bit better. Accessing HQ here.
That's fine. Maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So you want this... So yeah, I think we flip... I don't know. I think we want to get these off of Centrals. Amakua is too bad. I feel like we just need more Amakua threat. They do also have a paperclip too, so... Whatever. I think we might purge here. No, I think we purge next turn because we want to IPO it for sure. Divert power.
Yeah.
I'll do draw credit and then we can IPO and then next turn we'll purge. If they don't find real breakers, like they actually are going to get locked out. And they're only on 1 credit right now. They have the MK Ultra. It's probably not good enough. We have the Jinja, which is probably worth jamming right now. Their money is really shit, and we can also IPO, and then next turn we'll purge, and hopefully from there we'll be set
right, because we're not too worried about any of our servers right now.
No.
So we might as well.
We just can't have this on Centrals, though, because we can get Amakua counters for free. Yeah, we want to move this if we want to fire Ag Infusion ability, which, again, this ability was, like, so much better back in the day when there was, like, more pressure run events, like Account Cipher and stuff like that. We're actually gonna break all the subs. I don't think you do. I think you let the first one fire, right? Like you can pay 0.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah,
I don't know why they broke all of these. Oh, that's really bad.
Okay.
It's a hacktivist. I don't care about any of these cards. That's why we put divert power in their deck so we can lose it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Clone chip that gets
I was about to say I haven't seen much Rebirth and realized I haven't seen much Val lately. Is this the least played Val's been in years? At least since I started playing?
For a while, yeah, but I think Val's still really good, and you're probably going to see a lot more Val right now because she's reliably good, and Criminal, which used to be reliably good, probably got a lot worse.
Beware of that Apocalypse.
Fuck, we drew that. I don't think they're on Apocalypse anymore if they're playing Hunting Grounds. We also know the restricted card is Paperclip, so they can't play... I don't think it matters. I think we just Purge here.
Yeah, for sure it's time to Purge.
Yeah, we just need more tech for Amakua, because Amakua apparently eats us. You have to protect the divert power. Luckily we did.
Yeah.
Divert power to D-Res Thimblerig to Resonancy. I'd rather have it as a surprise. Our money's good enough. I honestly don't know if we'll ever play this.
No, we never
Resing
will,
like
sure.
expensive ice. The point of expensive ice is that they have to play around it, and it's a bad face check.
Yeah.
Well,
Resing us on your turn feels bad.
Yeah.
I feel like Val will only ever be bad if bad pub removal gets easy. Pub removal is getting easy.
Oh, they're just running archives here, so this actually is an Excalibur res. The problem is that, yeah, whatever. So this one will stop the run.
And prevents them from building up counters too quickly.
Well, there'll be a 2 counters, which is enough to run this remote next turn. No, it's not actually.
Yeah, they need one. Well,
also if we res all our ice, which is anti-Ag Infusion play, they can't play the last of Deuces. Think about it.
No, yeah, that's good. It's good because they think we're going to play like a regular Ag Infusion. The joke's on them.
So we should have Thimble Rig there at that point. Like this, we should have swapped. No, actually we don't. I think we're just going to jam and maybe lose. Do we divert power just to de-res the Thimble Rig? I feel like we do. I feel like we actually do divert power to the Thimble Rig.
What are we going to res?
Doesn't matter. Does it?
Nah.
You may res a card. So that's separate. You can de-res any number of cards and do nothing else. You can play this card just to de-res.
Oh boy, let's do it. Let's play the card the way it was intended. The way...
Well, we...
Matt
oh,
Boggs.
fuck, no.
Boggs.
Excuse me. Michael Boggs.
Michael Boggs.
Fuck, shit, stop.
What are you doing?
A lot of divert powers. We
Have you
divert
fired-
power at least once this turn.
Hey, Big Fleet asks, have you fired ID yet? No, we don't plan
not once.
to. No.
I don't know how to.
This is an escort mission. We are trying to keep Ag Infusion and Divert Power alive.
We
as
could
long as
divert
possible.
power on this
Weird
one.
thing about divert power. Well, this is the point of the escort mission. Get the bomb to the place where it has to blow up. Corey says, I'm confused why we want Thimble Rig de-resed. We want it de-resed so that we can use our ability, our Ag Infusion ability, on that server.
+4 credits for divert power. Started learn with 16. Oh wow, I spent a lot on that. 9. So I should be at 15, 14, 13. Thank you. I felt unreasonably poor there.
No, I think so he can use the ID on the... Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That makes a marginal amount of sense.
Yeah, that
That's the
divert
best-
power was really good.
That's the best comment we've had all night.
I feel like replanting would have been a lot better.
Any ice can be de-resed if you swap that for Thimble. I thought there was going to be any ice can be de-resed if you try hard
No,
enough.
that's not true. Not any ice can be de-res. Well, we could put a de-res ice there, but the problem is we need to keep all Thimble Rigs off the centrals. Otherwise, they just like farm turtle counters. They could do farm, run, and we'd lose.
Yeah.
This deck's not good.
I feel like we made a bad deck. I feel like we got really into Divert Power at one point, and we can
lost
scroll back
another
up,
Amakua.
we can scroll back up through the chat to see whose fault that was.
Yeah. That divert power actually was a fine play there, and by fine I mean it's like
Yeah.
when you're playing.
It was like a puzzle. It's a deck that no one else would have ever built, and we solved a puzzle.
I have 3 clicks to get in here, and they really want to run even to force Excalibur res because it opened up to archives and they can like power counters off of that. Like we just need better ice, and Thimblering is really good, but we just need more Amakua deck. Like if we were a 3 macrophage,
We've also got Swordsman coming up. You know what would be good?
yeah, another swordsman.
Secure and protect to bring out Swordsman.
We would mutate the swordsman.
We would mutate the Swordsman. Yeah, we'd have to. It's like Solemn Storm says, any ice can be de-resed if you try hard enough.
This is David. Feels good.
So we're going to trash the one on...
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. How have you let this turtle live for this long? You have a reputation to think of. Yeah. Sorry, I saw red for a second.
Are they gonna give us money? They might.
The bloodlust takes over.
No, they're not going to.
Oh yeah, we want to Resonancy so that we can force the Ag Infusion to rush them into it.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like now they have to respect David because they can go into a Nazi, and we're also just gonna trash the Thimble Rig so we get back up with Egg and Fusion. Hey, my friends, we've built a deck, and now they're gonna hit the Aiki. Like this is honestly not the worst. They're now encountering this, so this will fire. So this does net damage, and once we score this, we basically get a Thimble Rig wherever we want. The timing structure is really silly though, and we can install nice here. Like this server is constantly gonna be good. This server is really strong if we can deal with Amakua gracefully. I don't care. They're not gonna draw. They're gonna spend 2. Oh, we actually might have wanted to force them to draw. Nah, that seems wrong. Hit a knife head worse. That's hot. Do we hit a second knife head worse? We hit a turning wheel. That's also really hot. We could lose on the single axis. Because this will give us back our anything we want.
Is that from Archives?
Yes, or HQ.
Great.
Or HQ. This and Seder Laboratories with border control, like it's probably fine. Yeah, that forces more discards, which is good. What do they throw out? Stim Hack, Sure Gamble, Black Orchestra. Stim Hack's not really good against.
No, you don't want to do that.
Nice. Mandatory draw.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe an ice would have been good.
It's okay. We've got timely public release. We've got ice for days.
We have Thimble Rig, which is hard for. They have to deal with this Excalibur now. Unfortunately, they're going to hit R&D through Archives with Omar.
No,
we just
because
don't
we
have
can use
enough
timely
ice.
public release to just put ice right there.
We could timely public release. We can't do it now though. Actually, the window on this is like
can't,
super weird.
Okay.
We have to do it before they run. If it's the only ice.
You can derez the Jinja.
We just need more purges. Like we need Cyberdexes, we need everything, and they're just gonna power off of this. We can res that. It will eat the whole David, but this is just gonna get a problem. Like we lose in 1 axis, and this is 4 strength. You can derez the Jinja. Yeah, we can. Cool. But I don't think we need dereses anymore.
There we go. We've got this.
No, we put that in Archives. That's really funny. We just put this in Archives.
Yeah. Well, do we draw now? Maybe get a free ice on the server.
Okay.
I think we built a deck.
We had good intentions, and we're seeing what parts work.
Derez the Corp ID. Yeah, I think that might be what we have to do. I think we derez this whole deck, and
It says any number of cards. You can derez runner cards.
it's true. It doesn't specify. Yeah.
It doesn't specify.
They don't even have to be installed.
Nope.
You can derez.
Wait, actually, can we derez runner cards? This is
derez
obviously
the next table because he's playing Magic.
This is obviously a stupid question. Can we? I know there's a rule about not paying costs. Oh, we lose.
Well,
Close one!
yeah, real close. GG. We had a good run.
So a lot of that didn't work out.
Yeah.
I feel like Divert Power was the worst draw, but there was one turn it was good.
But you know what did work out? This stream. Thank you for having me.
We'll fix this.
Thank you so much for having me. Someone buy me a Slurpee.
The rules specify you can only target cards that are installed. That part 100% I agree with, but can you not derez the runner cards?
This isn't the same person who was also saying that, like, in Australia they call things winter, right?
Because this is not paying a cost. Because you can't use a runner card to pay costs, so you can't like trash corp cards with endless hunger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you derez runner cards? Hey, you too. Do you ever res runner cards?
No, absolutely not. This makes no sense.
Oh, you can't derez runner cards. That ends
How much
that.
is a Slurpee? Well, on 7-Eleven Day, it's free. If you can get a Slurpee in Toronto, drive 6 hours in a refrigerated truck to bring it to me, I will chug it right in front of you and die from brain freeze.
Can you refreeze a Slurpee if it melts? No, because of what a Slurpee is.
I probably could because I've got my ice cream maker. Oh man, I made peaches and cream ice cream the other day. I've been eating way too much ice cream. Also, I got crushed candy canes. I'm gonna make like
I can't really like crushed candy canes.
Christmas in July ice cream. I'm gonna make crushed candy cane ice cream with like a chocolate ganache.
I can't believe there's stores that sell crushed candy canes, but I'm glad they were recycling whatever's left on the bottom of the truck.
No. So I went to Bulk Barn and when I asked the poor cashier there if they had crushed candy canes, she gave me a look like I was the crazy one.
What?
No, but I bought crushed candy canes there 6 months ago.
Do you want me to ruin candy for you?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So I had to go to Amazon like a sicko.
Bezos sent you them candy canes. He
Yeah.
ruined them
Bezos.
for you.
Thanks, Bezos. Yeah, we said that sounds boring too many times during deck building. That is the problem. What is even the benefit of Apex installing face down?
There's a lot of benefits. There's like Chopbot, Prey.
Yeah. Well, I think the point is that there is no benefit except that it's a free install. for
And you can use free cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Aesop's Pawn Shop just says install card.
Face down cards have no benefit in and of themselves, but Apex likes cards that are installed for free. So
it's a very strong ability.
Yeah. Well,
the other one that prevents damage too. Yeah, Pat, thanks for coming by.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be here.
See you around.
Yes, you're right. Okay, bye.
I'm just gonna show Pat out. I'll be back in a second.
Bye.
This deck is no good. I know that. Don't worry. How's it going, everyone? Martin, Zed. Slipstream and the other one hop server's been way. I don't know. Swapping servers feels criminal. Maybe he wouldn't. Yeah, a lot of people were saying about like Omar. Why is Omar not a criminal? But I don't know. Archives pressure is technically an anarch thing. In theory, like every faction's meant to have a server. My hair is all weird today. Hey Andre, when you and Patrick played against each other with the pre-release Downfall cards a while back, I noticed you had some full art Rashida Yahim. Where'd you get those? Oh, actually those were made by some really nice people in Germany. We met at Worlds. They just gave them to us. They were super cool. They had a bunch of stuff. If I'm not mistaken, it was the same people. They actually gave like bank jobs and stuff that they made. They're not like official support, so I don't know if you can get them, but those full arts were from some nice German folk we met at Worlds. So I'm not sure if those are available anywhere, but they're cool. There's the Rashida you can get as full art from, it was like the first GNK kit from Nice, if you want more Rashidas, because you want more Rashidas largely, right? I think people might have some on like make playing cards, like other alt arts too, because Rashid is popular. Yo, chat, this deck sucks. It's not good. We should fix it, and let's just make an HB deck that's a bit better. And by an HB deck, let's just make every other Corp HB Jinja deck. I'm just gonna go to like deck lists and find an HB deck, and then just like jam Excaliburs in it. It's probably gonna be fine. Ooh, I always like it when this ID does well. I'm also gonna sneeze. Thank you for being patient with that. I should have muted the microphone. Oh, the zoom, it's good. Glad you like it. Online standard. So this is the deck list that like we were talking about before that just like rushed out in a remote. This deck list can also run Excalibur, which probably makes it straight up better. I think we just play this deck and put Excalibur in it and call it a day. Yeah, probably play this. Camera? Oh shit. Hey, this is the deck list over here. Sorry about that. I like Hagen too. Yeah, Hagen's actually pretty good. Hagen might be better than the Satyr Adaptive Barrier because again, we are weak to Turtle if we're doing Excalibur play, and this is good against Turtle. Squid, how's it going? Custom Biotics. There's no real reason to play Custom Biotics because we don't get anything from 22 Influence. If we play Custom Biotics, it's because we have in our head some crazy combo, like Reconstruction Contract, which is actually pretty good in Custom Biotics. I just don't see it here because we just want like tempo. I think we can try this. In theory, we'd also could play Food if we spent the influence on it. I don't know if we want to. I feel like this is probably just good enough. I honestly don't know if we need Scarcity. Do we need Scarcity in this deck? I feel like it's a slow card and we're a rush deck. What can we play against instead of Scarcity? Ooh, Gatekeeper's really good too. Yeah, this is probably just like a really strong deck. We'll just put like Excaliburs in it. Rush. HB. I just put a bunch of words together. Sports Metal. We can Food, so let's Food. Yeah, but we need to cut Influence. Like, it's odd too, because we are playing, like, we don't cut a Border Control. That's wrong. We don't cut a Surveyor. And even if we cut Surveyor, we play 2 Foods. That's not right. So cut a Surveyor, but then we play 2 Foods, and then even if they hit another agenda, it doesn't matter. Like, Food actually doesn't matter in this deck because we're only running 3-pointers. Right? Like, Food never matters. They need 3 agendas to win the game anyway. Else. 2 Food and 9 agendas. This is super rushy on its own. I don't think that's right. I really don't think that's right. I think Scarcity Resource is the only wrong card in this. Well, not wrong card, but card we could tune. Was there really no better idea than Sports Medal when the game's likely to end after 4th or 5th agenda scored or stolen? Well, Sports Medal gets card draw, which is really strong with Surveyor, and it also lets you rush agendas a bit more aggressively. HB has very limited, like, the suite of identities in HB is like, honestly, a lot of them are just a bit behind the power curve. Let's look at them, actually. Right? Okay, so let's look what we have. So, let's do full cards. So Asa is good. Honestly, Asa would probably be fine, but Asa is a non-bow with Jinja City Grid. Because we can't jam an agenda, and we don't have enough non-agenda cards. As a really rush deck, I would play Asa, but I don't think it's right for Jinja. Because Asa, the first time you turn install a card, it will be with Jinja, and then you don't want to install another ice because you don't have another ice because you're Jinjaing all your ice, and you can't install an agenda. So this doesn't make sense with Jinja. This is banned. This, no. It's totally different ice suite. Doesn't exist. Totally different ice suite. This is only works with certain support cards. Generally, we're just going to be doing install advance a lot. So it doesn't really make sense. Next design is cool. 12 influence is going to be an issue. I think Satyr Laboratories is worth looking at. But you need a more card support. You need to play cards like Mason Bellamy. Stuff that actually robs clicks. And there's not many options. And then it's the Foundry. Like, we really don't have options. You might check out Stoppable Force Sports Metal deck as a base for which to build its dope. Let me check what that means. Card author, Stoppable Force. That was easier than clicking, I guess. Seven Agenda Sports Medal, 2nd of June. Voting machine initiative? What? Why? Huh? Okay, so I wanted to lean on a 7x3, 3x agenda for Matuchek's original deck. I did voting initiative sure is a thing. -2 scarcity plus blue. Oh, Loki's really cool too. Loki's really good with Excalibur. I think that's really cool. Oh wow, I think this is straight up better. Thank you for the hint. Mason Bellamy. I don't think voting initiative. Wait, there's 10 agendas here though. I guess because they're playing sleepers, so there's 7 agendas, and we hope we don't get turntabled. Whoever pointed this out, I think is a lot better. Foundry and Border Control isn't terrible, but I guess Sports Metal is better. Yeah, I would even think Satyr's better. Wow, this is, I think, is a much cooler list. The 5-3 selection in HB Identity is terrible. I could see that. I just don't know if this one's the better. 3 turns to lose 3 clicks isn't the worst. And Domestic Sleepers is really good. If we don't get turntable, Domestic Sleepers is an incredibly strong card. Leela's also a bit worse. Yeah, it's great. I like this one better. I think this is a lot better. I don't know how we get Loki's in here. I think we drop a magnet. I think we drop a magnet for an Excalibur. And then I think we drop... This list seems a lot better. Mason Bellamy is really strong. It's like a mini Excalibur. Honestly, we might drop a Mason Bellamy for an Excalibur. Yeah, I think we drop a Bellamy for Excalibur. Why wouldn't we? Bellamy is it's more reliable than Excalibur because they can't break this. They can't really interact with this without outside of Rumor Mill. This is a cool deck list. 2 Gatekeepers I find really surprising. I think Gatekeeper might, maybe not. Wow, it's weird that's hard to find Excalibur in this. Is Excalibur that good? I think it might be. Why you do that? Never used to do that. Uh-oh. Huh, okay. How do we get this in here? So we want to play Excalibur. I'll drop a magnet. It's a hard end to run, so like this might actually be an issue. This is the only restricted card now, right? Standard illegal? I don't care. Satyr Adaptive Barrier. We could also consider dropping one of them, but having a hard end to run seems pretty good. I guess right now we only have Surveyor, Border Control. We'll try it. We'll try it. We'll see if this is actually better or worse. I'm not convinced. A standard illegal. Agenda points 21, minimum 22. We're good. Wait, how many cards are we? 49? Oh yeah. Okay, we could play a 2-pointer. We actually could play a 5-2. You have 50? Did I fuck it up? Oh, I did fuck it up. Oh, because it added 2. It wasn't 2. Okay. So in theory, we could drop actually a 5-3 to play a 3-2. Is there any reason not to? Why wouldn't this be a 3-2? What's the reason why we don't make voting machine initiative? We could run food, but again, food doesn't help us. So check us out. If we're only running 3-pointers, they need 3 agendas no matter what. If we're running food, unless they hit every single food, they still need 3 agendas no matter what. Food does not help us in this deck at all. Yeah, exactly, Raketa. You only have 5-3, so it does nothing. For the scoring plan, oh yeah, you're right. For the scoring plan, it does matter because we want to do 3-3 domestic sleepers. Yeah, that's totally right. Okay, that's, I feel dumb asking that, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay, for the scoring plan, it makes a lot of sense for 3-pointers because then we do these domestic sleepers. I think Jinteki also has a really good plan of playing only 3-pointers and then running that advanceable trap that gives you a point and also an offer you can't refuse. I feel like that's underrated. I think an offer you can't refuse is a bit underrated as a card. Especially if you have an Excalibur, because you can't run again. So you can play a second offer you can't refuse and you win. It's an 8 credit combo, it's good. Let's go. I hit a glass of water from earlier. You can score your 7-point this DS anyways. Well, if you hit if you score a 2-pointer, you need to score 3. Wait, that's not the deck we want. Oh, fuck. I have to change the... Hey. I don't think I can change the lobby type without leaving. Am I missing something? So what do we want to play? Eternal, I guess? Hopefully they just joined back up. Yeah, there you go. You can still play with illegal decks? It wouldn't let me pick it. Am I missing something? Secret water that pack can't drown a turtle in. I don't know if you can drown a turtle. Ooh, cool. So we defended Null earlier today. We're playing against Null right now. Opening hand has a Jinja, but no way to protect it. That's kind of the bad thing about Excalibur. It could have been a magnet. So I guess we're going to mulligan this. Yep, totally. Scroll of shame. All right, we have an opening hand. We have border control. We don't have a Jinja. Thanks, you too. Bellamy with border control is always a fun combo. We just want to get our Jinja up. We have the Iqua. None of this ice is really good for HQ. We have so much other ice that's okay for HQ. Fairchild 3 would have been fine. Loki would have been fine. Come on, Null, do me proud. So I honestly don't know what we do here. I don't want to risky violet level clearance. I think we can just leave HQ open. They also probably are on Amakua. Amakua is pretty good with Null's ability. And we want to see a lot of card draw in Null, right? They steal an agenda, it's probably fine for us. This is crazy. You go around Utopia Fragment for 1 influence over VMI. That's all I'm really seeing. Yeah, Utopia Fragment's not bad, right? Because you install, but we already have Jinja, so it's a bit redundant. But I could see it. Obelisk, that's card draw. We talked about how we want good card draw in Null, so that's a credit. This card's underrated. The problem is like with turntable, like and our consoles have such a small space. I think Vigil's underrated. Oh, it looks like it's a tag me? That's terrifying. That's scary. So they're gonna go tag me with rogue trading. So they probably have like that one that accesses extra cards. We have a border control for R&D for that though. It's probably fine. And I don't think we want to play this until we have Jinja. Four hot dogs. Tried to write bring the spice and then actually wrote a slur and I got banned by Twitch chat. That's awesome. Go Twitch chat robot. Utopia has 2 credits to steal per advancement. Oh, I'm thinking of Eden. Okay, you're right. That's actually way better. I think we would do that better because we're advancing everything. That's a way better card. You're right. We want to find a Jinja. Damn, we're good. And I think we just want to take a credit here. Icing up R&D doesn't seem that impactful. We only have 7 agendas. I'm not counting the 3-pointers because we know they're not on turntable. Rogue trading taking a tag. Let's see if they clear it. This increases their hand side for how many tags they have. Wireless net pavilion. Ah, wow. So they're probably just going to jam a counter surveillance and then assume we can't trash it. They're running glass click also, so they can't steal a Kawa project. So there's actually very few agendas they can steal. We're going to raise the Jinja here. So we can do credit, hedge fund, and violet level. We have to hope it works out. We missed every single ice with violet level clearance. Feels good. Feels great. Let's go. Ball get wrecked. I don't know, how many ice are we running? How like below curve is that? 18 ice? That's probably not unreasonable. Unfortunate. Yep. I would say so. There also is a big chance they're on Hades Shard because Hades Shards plus Obelisk is kind of busted. It lets you draw like 300. Or how many uniced upside down cards in archives. This is giving a card draw a turn and an access, like it's cool. And there's a God of War. So that actually does deal with all the shit we have. In Surveyor, they don't have to break 1 subroutine. So I feel like we could actually just jam straight here. They have to get through the border control. They have to get through a 4-strength Surveyor, which can be difficult. And the Gatekeeper, wow, that's actually really good. So I think we will jam the Aqua project. I feel like this might be right. What is Null's ID again? Null can throw out a card on encounter, which is really good with God of War, right? Because God of War is 4 credits for 2 strength. And then the ice gets -2 strength. They also can only break so many subs based off of how many counters on God of War, which is only 2 subs. So we just gotta play a border control and R&D so that we don't lose to surveillance this card. And they might just do value surveillances here. Like, it's pretty good. They're gonna access 4 cards here. So they have to pour 4 credits plus counter surveillance to see 4 cards. Again, they can't steal any of the co-op projects, but we do have 2. There's only 1 left in R&D. And every time they do, we can get credits or draw cards, which is actually really good because they'll build this remote. Still nothing. Their hand size is 9, so this is all nice and good. Loki. Yeah, okay. I feel like we just want the credits now because they've seen the next couple ice and well, the cards in there not ice. So then we can jam either the Aqua or the what's it called, or the NGO front. Now it's 45-15 Anarch once per turn when counter ice. You mean trash a card, lower strength by 2. Yep. Build script. Just want to find, we basically have to play around their only win conditions counter surveillance. They're running archives here, which actually gives us credits because they hit, oh, they're getting the Hades shard. So now when they run HQ or R&D, they can pop the Hades shard. And then technically because they access the cards in archives with Obelisk, they can draw. And it's an incredibly bursty card draw, which lets them find their counter surveillance. So we just want to find a border control for R&D and then we should be okay. Largely. Yeah, their money is getting okay. I feel like I might just want to install events with NGO front and drag them through as much of this as we can. This is 6 strength, which is really good. This is also like 8 strength, but we can barely res all that stuff. So I think we're just going to go for this. We haven't seen a current yet. Wonder what's in there to deal with BC on R&D. Probably not much. I think they're probably just hoping for it. Hoping not to deal with it. It could be DDoS actually. DDoS would get us pretty good. Honestly, it probably is DDoS if they have wireless net pavilion. So we want to put an architect or something in front of here. So second rogue trading, that's all the money they need. And again, they just have money and an AI breaker that's really good. And we don't have any ice that can't be broken by AI. If we want to deal with this, we just put a Turing in here. If we res this, they have to break it. But again, for single access, I don't care. They're going to draw 1 card, but there's not that many agendas in their deck. And again, it's last click 2, which is the worst time to access. They use the Hades shard, pop all cards in archives. It's going to give us 2 credits because they hit the domestic sleepers. I think the next card is actually only known as well because they did C4 when they dug. So no real reason here. And they're going to draw through most of their deck. 13 in hand. Hand size is 12. Going to discard a God of War. It's for 1 credit. Sorry, we got it. I guess we'll zoom out 1. So we can just score this to take 5 and then install advance this. I think they'll rush it. I think like we just want the money and I'll put this on R&D just to be safe. I want them to run this really bad. I don't think they're on interdiction. They could be. We also could violate level clearance, but that feels pretty rough and we can't afford it. Like we'll be spending more money here. We will violate level clearance once we get like a Jinja and R&D. I feel like we're going too slow though. And a purge is actually really good because it puts us down to nothing. Like we could purge and then they're on 2 virus counters and then we could jam. There's Urognium Mercs. This gives them 1 tag, which helps power up the counter surveillance. There's no main damage in our deck, so this doesn't matter. This is a really cool card. Data Sucker also coming down. That helps with the God of War. It's going to pressure Centrals now. I think they're going to pressure HQ. They removed a tag on accident. They actually don't want to do it. Yo, Parallel, how's it going? It's good. We're trying some Most Wanted List 3.3. We had Pat this evening. Running R&D here. I think we res the Architect. Maybe not actually, but this gets annoying for them. Because like this is generally a card plus 2 credits, 2 counters. They can't let this one fire. They threw in a Black Orchestra. It's pretty good. They can't install it. It's too late if this was a code gate. I'm not going to res, it's too expensive. I have to check the VOD for your MWL 3.3 thoughts. I'm super happy that Power Taps got shafted. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people are really happy are gone, and I can see it. I'm excited to see the replacements. We'll take the credits. Thank you. Yeah, we could purge here. I think we'll purge and next we'll jam. Again, like this is on its own very powerful. It's very strong. We also have a gatekeeper into another thing. That is a big server. I don't think they're on Apocalypse deck. There's a small chance they could be. Sorry, we have to keep scrolling up and down, but we have a big server. We should just slide this over and push it up. Rogue Trading getting that tag. Again, they can only break 2 subs. Plus Black Orchestra magic. Inject, hitting 3 Dirty Laundries to grip, so they're probably going to power up Data Sucker here. Luckily, if they do that onto HQ, they hit the Kawa, which they can't steal. So Dirty Laundry going to hit HQ. They can't steal the Kawa. They can trash the other one. So they hit the Kawa, can't steal it. Don't have the click, do have the 2 credits. And we're just going to go for the jam for that. We'll keep the FC3 in hand. So no doubt where that's going to go. And then we basically need to find the last domestic sleepers, otherwise we're going to be scoring a big ol' 5-3. Man, I should have been running HQ, yeah. They're literally never running the remote. Kind of a waste of 2 credits there. Yeah, maybe you're right, but like this makes it huge. They could run the remote. Like they really could. We only have 12 credits. The thing is like Surveyor into border control is enough to probably keep them out. But like, you know, we still need to maybe score 2 agendas because domestic sleepers is out. Rogue Trading, taking the money. There's the counter surveillance. They're going to go for the push. 13 cards on R&D, trying to see all of it. So we are going to border control them. Feels good. They have 1 more in the deck though, and we'll probably lose to that one because they're going to see all their cards. Like, we just lose to this, right? Like, they're at the point where they can see all their cards. Unfortunately, this card also spends the credits right before you access instead of the beginning, so they don't waste the 13 credits. They should give us the money on this. And we need to get another border control here. Even an Ash might be good because we don't have to. We only have to spend enough that they don't have as many credits as tags. I think this is safe. I still think we want to score it though. So we probably lose to the last one that they have. Yeah, they're gonna have the last one. They have most of their deck. And it sees like what, 14 cards? Like that's generally how we lose. And they're all SSLs. So unfortunately we scored our defensive objective agendas. We have no way to restore a border control. So we have 1 more border control. If we can get that on R&D, we probably win if they don't have DDoS. But if they jam the last counter surveillance, we lose. And again, I don't think this deck has a plan. Actually, it doesn't have the worst plan against meat damage because of your Ogniv. We have to just trash this, and then kill them, so it's probably not that hard. But then they start playing more resources, right? They break this for free. Trash the Rashida. They can't go back, actually. I don't think you do trash that, because it lets us draw into domestic sleepers. But even if we draw the domestic sleepers, there's a small chance we lose. Playing the violet level clearance and drawing a lot of agendas is actually not the worst, because then they can only counter surveillance R&D or HQ. Excalibur doesn't matter. But they don't know what it is. Oh, this shows them. I guess it's something. It'll make another surveyor here better. I don't think it'll matter. I think we're gonna lose this to 1 big dig. We can always purge every couple turns, but like they don't actually need to break this and then still win on their big dig likely. Do they have access to a way to... Yeah, they can deal with Turing. Because they do have a Black Orchestra. That's the last Dirty Laundry they injected a long time ago. We could jam the NGO front, but that would probably just bait out the counter surveillance, so we really need to draw something here. They have the last counter surveillance in hand. So if we had Salem's, we could get it. We don't, so we could draw for border control. No. At least, oh, we drew a last defensive agenda. That also kind of sucks. I don't think we have a shot here. We're just gonna lose to the big dig. And this ice unfortunately doesn't matter. Put FC3 on R&D and purge every turn until you draw sleepers, you're pretty safe. I think they just fire this turn though. I don't think we're pretty, yeah, maybe we are. No, because they can just trash their cards. You don't have to break one subroutine on this thing. I don't think we're safe if we purge every turn. And then we'll flood anyways. Ooh, Hippo. That's a good card. These are in the wrong order. There's a Surveillance. We will probably res this. Yeah, we're going to res this anyways. Yeah, we're gonna lose to this. Yeah, so this strategy got a bit banned by a restricted list. They only see 16. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, cool thing is they could steal an agenda we can then draw, and then there's a chance we'll draw agendas, so that they don't get all of them. So maybe actually this res is wrong. We could res Excalibur. I don't think we will. It could prevent them from running HQ, which actually matters, but this Akkat was safe last click. So we need to draw all the Jeddas, and then they can't get them from HQ somehow. Yeah, it's weird. There's all these strategies that are like tag me. It's like this and Liza that absolutely steamroll like honest decks, but as soon as you play tag punishment, like obviously is an issue. And Close for Counts is now really good against this deck because Mars for Martians doesn't exist. So the first agenda they hit, we basically just draw every time, and then we hope that there's two agendas like back to back or two cards apart, so they go into HQ. But yeah, we lose here. I don't think there was a lot of counterplay besides maybe if we knew it was a tag me deck, we put all the border controls on R&D and just jam the remote. Because what ice here doesn't matter. I feel like that would be better. Ash on the remote actually could have been good too, but we didn't draw one. Alright, we didn't draw an agenda. This goes on R&D, I guess. Actually, no, because we draw agendas will make this a bit more hard to steal. Please an agenda? Nope. Yeah, so we definitely lose. Oh wait, not definitely. Oh, okay, now we lose. Unless they're all in the bottom three. Yeah, that's cheesy. Let's go. Like we basically had two outs. Get a border control on R&D. Or get an Ash on R&D. And we had no other option. There's no other way we win on this. We could have jammed a bit more aggressive and faster. I think we played more aggressive. We might have a chance. But we have no way to interact with tag, so this is going to happen. Feels bad. The only other way is if they were in the bottom three. So like if the other agenda was in the bottom three, they wouldn't have seen it, and then we would have won, because that was the last counter surveillance. Damn. It's wild. So that's, I guess Amakua is expected at a Val, but like again, if they run strong AI breakers, the whole plan that we have doesn't work. That's also a really good deck for Ag Infusion. Like Ag Infusion eats that matchup, right? Because you just keep one unresed ice on R&D, and as soon as they counter surveillance, you bounce them. They can't win. I think the win rate against Ag Infusion for that deck is like 0. Yeah, it's like 0. It's so bad because they have to win on singles. They have no multi-axis. Okay, maybe it's not the worst because they can contest a remote relatively well. But if you can purge, then you have basically one turn to jam if you can keep the data suckers out. Interesting. Yeah, Ag Infusion's crazy there. Oh, fuck, no, don't do this. So far, Excalibur has done nothing, but I feel like we're learning in every matchup just to play more and more AI hate. There's only 8 games right now. One of them technically isn't in, so there's only 7 games, and ours, so 6 games. So we'll see how long it takes. It might take us a bit. What's everybody else thinking for like good decks to play in the new meta? I'm assuming CTM is probably really good right now. I feel like Shaper didn't get changed a lot. Yeah, well, honestly, Criminal only got changed, so it depends on what's better on the corp side. But no crowdfunding means that assets are a lot better. So Freedom is probably still fine. It eats Mati. Freedom's really good against CTM as well. There's a chance that Freedom just got a lot better too. And we've seen Freedom deck lists that were running what's it called? Crowdfunding. And honestly, if they are running crowdfunding for 9 influence, there's a small argument that you might be able to run that 5 influence Apex card that gets counters that get credits every time you trash a card. Like it's high rolly if you play just one, whether or not you draw it, because you can't really tutor for it reliably. But like you need economy and you need infinite economy, and I think that card's really good for that slot because against assets it's 2 credits per pop. I think we played a deck list like that a long time ago. Eternal. It's just duo. You can't pick an illegal deck in standard. It's odd for your stream. It totally is. I think we had one of those back here a while ago. I wrote Nosy 2.0 in the last one. That's pretty good. Not this one. This is the one like that one. 9 is 1. It's also very similar to it. Wow, we put just those in there forever. This one, yeah, the run consume. Like that was actually really interesting. Oh, this also run crowdfunding. Okay, well, what do we know? So I guess you could run clone chips and like David's and stuff like that. You could even maybe run the console. The console's okay with consume. It's like a click for Desperado that gives you 2. It's okay. Yeah, maybe that's worth looking into. But this deck was also a lot of fun. I think Virus Breeding Grounds probably doesn't need to be in the deck anymore. And Wanton Destruction isn't exactly necessary, but I love Wanton Destruction with versions of this deck I ran also played Immolation Script, which are super cool with Wanton. So the Montreal Regionals is next month, which means it's the new meta. So we have a while to figure out like what things shake out, how things shake out. So I don't know. I don't know what the nearest big tournament that is in the new meta looks like. You go to the upcoming tag. What do we have? There's regionals in Sweden. San Francisco has a regional, but I'm assuming because these are this weekend, they can't be in the new meta, so I don't know if they're just going to show like a week in the future. I wonder if labeling Eternal is going to like scare people away. I wonder what Cody's playing. So this is not going to be the new regional, or the new most wanted list. Top 16 Acme Consulting, I kind of really want that. Artist is a good play, Matt, too. Saturday's regional and Emmy on current them MDUL. Yeah, it's too soon, right, to change it to the new most wanted list. Do you know what you're playing, Coin? Are you playing? Maybe this is why they're putting off scheduling a regionals here in Cambridge. The TO is waiting for the new MWL. Yeah, that's actually a really interesting thing to think about, right? When it comes to because you know when they're gonna announce the MWL, it's like it's pretty standardized. The timing is like every 3 months, so you might hold off. Which means, like, do we know which most wanted list the Nationals or the Worlds is going to be in? If it's in October, like, you're assuming there's going to be one more most wanted list, right? But, like, it lines up really awkwardly. Like, you're assuming there's going to be a most wanted list at, like, the beginning of September, give or take. So is Worlds going to be in a totally different most wanted list? And there's also a chance that's worth knowing, right? Like, the most wanted list will be reviewed at a point and be, like, no changes to be made. Because there are going to be no new cards before Worlds. Cards I think are going to be released after Worlds. They said there'd be one more MWL about a month before Worlds. Okay, that lines up perfectly. I think it's really funny how Criminal got 4 cards on it. This list used to be just like a list of runner cards, or sorry, Anarch cards. Well, I guess also a lot of Shaper's Economy ended up here. Maybe there actually are more Shaper cards than anything else. Okay, maybe it's now even. Won't be surprised if Nationals are after Worlds when submissions went out. Yeah, didn't they ask for submissions for Nationals? There was an article a bit ago about like, hey, if you want to run a Nationals, if you want to volunteer, you can contact them. I think they even showed, yeah, some of the support. Yeah, and you can't zoom in on these. There's Apocalypse, Lat, Maryland Campaign, and Paragon. For what it's worth, I think I'm more excited about this support. I like the art on these a lot better. This also is really cool because these are Eternal. This is actually Andy, Mac, and Noise, or Kate, as opposed to like the cards that the art is from, which is really cool that they're supporting like older IDs. I guess it makes sense because this is for an Eternal tournament. But I think so far the best like kit that I've been most excited about is actually this kit. And largely it's just because of the Nisei Mark II. I want to see more of the art. I have a really cool 419 from King of Servers that I definitely love playing. And yeah, RP is cool too. RP needed an alt art. I think all the like core looking identities that only have like the logo need alt art. That Mimic Mat is sweet. Yeah, I really like that Mimic. Where did we lose it? I think the Mimic is super cool. I think the Fairy is also like fucking rad. I really like the Fairy. Yeah, I do like that art. This has a like deep mind looking thing, that like art style that shows up on a lot of other cards. I think it looks much nicer on this than it does on some other cards. Same with the Fairy and the Deus Ex. They're also cool that they have like the same sort of art style. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, smoke. New Apex faction logo on APOC? Oh, for real? Because I know I saw a bunch of the logos. Oh yeah, you can tell. I had a bunch of the art. Another day in Paradise. That's a pretty good start. It's doing all right. Up in the evening stream. Yeah, I hadn't seen the new. I think I've seen the new Sunny. I don't think I've seen the new Apex. Can you easily see it on ABR? Do you have a link? Hand is good. Gatekeeper, border control, money, Ash. Probably worth keeping. I think we do mulligan for Jinja a lot of times, but we can do worse than this. People actually watch this streaming? That's okay. Thank you. Bovine Pro. Alright, we have the Rashida. I think we just want to ice the Rashida up. And the Gatekeeper we probably want to fire a bit later. For what it's worth, Smoke is actually probably best at dealing with code gates more than barriers. Since we are playing, here's an elder deck. I'm just testing the new MWL 3.3 for next week, so I opted to use the Eternal slot so it wouldn't. Oh wow! So they actually might be playing. Like cards that are like banned from the format. They might not be in the same format we are. So I don't know what R&D pressure looks like. Prefer playing out of rotation? Cool. Thank you. Why make a cards up and pretend to be not allowed? Oh, I think there's a lot of reasons. What are we doing last click? We could ice up our R&D. Yeah, I don't know what we can get loose to here. They're playing a weird card pool. Maybe they have medium. Okay, so the prizes. Oh wow! You actually see all these cards. So which one has it? ABR? Oh, here. Oh, that's cool. It's a nice logo. I didn't realize you had the full arts on here. That's really good to know. They hit the Ash here. They could trash it, honestly. They probably want to. Yeah, okay. They could actually trash this for 1-2. Wow, that's brutal. They are going down to 1 credit after we're firing Rashida, so they're just accessing everything here. Not a very good start for them. I don't know what they can do on 1 credits. There's not a lot they can do. They're not pressuring anything on 1 credit. What can they play, like a Ghost Runner? How do they spend all that? Oh, I guess they trash Ash. Yeah, right. That's expensive. Okay. Could be better. Double border control on the remote, not amazing. Honestly, I think we just double advance this. We could also draw once here. I honestly hope they steal this so we can draw two. I don't want to score this that early. They could have Clot, but again, like, it's not that bad. If they pop a Clot to stop a domestic sleepers this early in the game. Oh, and they're also playing expensive stuff like Daredevil. It's worth knowing that this will fire definitely, because we are going to put multiple ice on a remote, but if we had an agenda here, this is like a really sick jam, because they did go down to 1 credit. Like, they have to click for credits here. Like, what can they do here? DDoS? In theory, there's like that, I think it's a priority event, though, that says we can't res stuff. That's in Terminal Directive. They could be playing it, I guess. Let's see, run amok. There's a refractor, so they do have the code gate threat. They can actually break something. The border control, I guess we will res it. It just gets a credit back, and it protects. We don't even protect that. So we res that for 3. Could be better. They know what they need. Have the surveyor. No Jinja. I think we'll actually just jam this so that we can get the card draw, because we do have the IPO. Like, we'll advance this, draw 2, then install an agenda. Hopefully maybe get a Jinja before that. So we're just gonna jam every turn. They have no money. Like, they're really threatening nothing. Like, they have to get money here. Okay. Loki's good. So we'll score this. We'll draw with what we got here. So we don't have a Jinja, so we can jam this in the remote, I guess, play that out. We honestly might not need the money based on how low the credits are and how little they're threatening. And we can always be surprised by like a stim hack or a cold read or something like that. But we do have border control, which is okay against both of those. And eventually we do just have a Loki on its own, which is pretty good tempo. Wow, liberated account. You don't see that a lot. So they had to click all the way back up to 6. It's not going well. Yeah, well, they did gas themselves out a fair bit. I think we'll just go with the blue level. We do have the Mason Bellamy for the remote. Kind of cool. Or we can just install another border control there, which probably is fine. We just need to find an agenda. Again, we only have 7 agendas in our deck. We need to score 2 of them now. Or we could score every single domestic sleepers, and then we still have to score a whole lot out. We still have to score 2 more agendas. Doesn't change anything. They do have money now. We did pay install cost. Mason Bellamy, only trashable they have here. It's 3 to trash. Fairchild 3, just going in for singles. We did draw a lot last turn, but we would have jammed, I think, if we had it. There's a Bellamy. Do they trash out for 3, going down to 1 with the Liberated? Looks like they are. They're trashing everything on site. Again, going in for singles, so we top deck and jam. Like, it looks really good for us. I don't know if we just had double advances. I feel like that might be too slow. I want them to run HQ. Like, I like the fact that they're wasting time on HQ. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Just gonna protect this up a bit more. We'll just advance this. It's fine. Hopefully they go for it. Play some trick and go for it. I missed it. What was this person saying about made up cards? They were saying like they don't understand why you ignore certain cards in the card pool. So this is gonna fire, so I'm glad we got the architect here. This can get us an agenda in the remote, so we can pop this first. So this fires. So we want to get an agenda in here. We have an Ash. If they install the Ash, they get the SSL though. So I think we're just gonna go for the SSL. And if they don't trash the Ash, that'll go into server 1. Install card from Archives or HQ, so that can get the Ash in there. So we're pretty good at this point. Oh, I don't, how so? Yeah, it's a sentry. They only have a code gate breaker. Do they have a black? Oh no, they don't have. Don't like that word. Okay, so we have a gatekeeper here. I don't want to res it. It doesn't really matter that much. We know what they're accessing. It's an Ash. Yo, Jogging, how's it going? Aren't all cards made up? Yeah, I suppose so. How you doing, Jogging? Do you have your regional yet in your area? See the Ash on the top? They do trash it. That's 3 more credits down the drain. I did not pay attention to what the next cards are, which was definitely worth doing. There's a cloak, which doesn't really help them right here. They're not actually spending their anything. We do have the surveyor off the top, which this remote actually looks good enough on its own. They don't have a lot of didn't mean to res the Ash. That was a misclick, but we're gonna just roll with it. Let's just say they were playing around interdiction aggressively. So I think just having a bit more money would be fine. This is a 9 credit server. We'll just take the money here. I wish I knew what the next cards in R&D were. I did not pay enough attention. They have to run through this twice, right? Actually 3 times if we want to pop all their border controls, which does make the surveyor pretty bad. Tags will probably matter, not if we go too fast, but if they go kind of slow, they do. If they want to get them net recur. Blackstone as a barrier breaker, going for the remote. The traces actually will matter in here. So if we can res this, this is 4, they spend... I think we're just going to go straight for the surveyor. Just because this isn't probably credit positive for us. We pay 4, they pay 2. But this is 6 strength, and we'll do the traces. And then we have money for Ash, so this is probably fine for us. So they have a Fractor, which they only manage for boosting above 4 strength, which you have, I don't think we have any state or adaptive barriers. And also like Excalibur is looking really good at this. So we're gonna do the first trace. Trace 6 seems good enough. Ash has his own stuff. Let's jam. That's totally right. That's all we need to know. And even this second trace 6, like we can just... We don't have to boost it because then Ash on its own is trace 4 and they won't have enough. Wait, they have 3 credits? Oh. Okay. So we're going to score the SSL. I think we draw, but I think we do draw because a lot of these cards aren't going to matter in the matchup. And this is going to give us some money. Yeah, that gets closest to the agendas. So what do we not need? NGO front, probably not necessary. Should have taken the tags. Fuck. Yeah, they definitely should. Oh, they pay for the tags. Okay, but they still can't get through because of Ash. I do like low-key a fair... Yeah, they don't have a Sentry Breaker. Low-key is good. Fairchild is not amazing. They break it for 4. This is good. Hagen is getting cheaper. Throw out the Hagen. Ginger's always good. I'll throw out the Loki, honestly. I think the Fairchild 3 is probably better. Fairchild, if we had a Fairchild 3 res, Loki would be better. Yeah, we'll jam for that. Again, they're only on 3 credits. They do have 2 recurring, maybe have stim hacks, but again, this remote seems pretty good. If they start trashing, like, I don't know if you trash NGO front. Maybe you do. We see a Surveyor going in for singles. There's a Jinja. Can't trash that. If we don't draw, we'll just jam the Jinja on the remote. Hit the NGO front. They're going to trash that. Just 1 fewer credit they have. So we're going to draw once that's res. We'll put that on the remote. They know where that is. That's 3 border controls on the remote. That is a good remote. I think we're just going to take the money. You actually could just ice up R&D. They haven't shown a Sentry Breaker so far. I think the survey on R&D is good enough. And we'll have all the credits we need with this hedge fund and the SSL. We just need to lock R&D so we don't draw. But yeah, 3 border control on a remote with an Ash seems good. Same old thing gets them nothing. Again, that's a really slow tempo card. When you're on 1 game, 1 agenda away from losing, excuse me. I don't know if you want to go for that. And we don't have to play around turntable. We have seen a console. Yeah, so we'll be okay. Yeah, that's a good server. Don't think they're on Kuza. On Kuza, again, a really good tech to border control if you see a lot of that. Are Corpse on even more even footing? I have no idea. It depends more on the meta than anything else. I honestly have no clue. Alright, we're just going to jam that. We can res all our border controls and still have enough money to score the Akawa project. They need to click to steal this. I think this is unstealable. I think this is, yeah, good game. And they left. Okay. I remember this deck sucking less. I think a big part is that they went too fast. Like, they turn 1, they trash ass and went down to 1 credit. And like, I don't know what their deck is, but when they have cards that cost 5, cards that cost 6, going down to 1 was really not great. Like, they spent the whole 3 turns underneath like 4 credits. So they really can't do much, especially against a deck that's this aggressive and this like tempo-based rush. But you saw what this deck did, and if we had Excalibur, would it have been better than just an end the run ice? Probably not. Honestly, Excalibur, if it's anything, would be good on Centros, and they check it, and then you res it, and they can't run the remote. But I don't know. Maybe Excalibur is not as good as I think it is. I do think Excalibur border control is still really scary, but you need to get them in the right order, and then once you trash border control, it's not that good. So maybe we are overreacting. I don't know. Dumpy Scally on HQ? I don't know, because at that point, they start playing around it, and they just run HQ last click, which is actually really good in this deck that specifically runs a Kawa project. But I like keeping HQ open because they wasted so many clicks running for singles on HQ when the game is clearly about can you contest a remote, and if you can't, can you contest R&D? Because as soon as we draw an agenda, we'll jam it into the first server. Yeah, it would have helped them. I see what you mean. Yeah, totally. Anywho, that's all for tonight. Only 4 games right now. Things are really winding down. Thanks so much for everyone dropping by, watching the VOD, people we played against, everyone in chat. Thanks so much to Pat for dropping by. Always a pleasure. Most wanted 3.3, we're going to see how it shakes out again. Criminal decks, I think that's the biggest change. If you ask me what was the best deck as of a week ago on the runner side, I would almost definitely say if we weren't playing something wild and it wasn't that meta dependent, I would probably just say Good Stuff Leela, which is really good. But now that deck is not... Yeah, that deck is like entirely gutted without crowdfunding and corporate grant synergy with crowdfunding, so that got a bit different. I feel like 419 Power Tap might have been that deck, but specifically Security Next, what's it called? Citadel Sanctuary Tag Me decks, the ones that I play in 419 or classically have been playing, were honestly largely unplayable in a meta that was running CU and Zealous Judge because Gagarin would just kill you, and there's not much you can do about it, so you can't actually float tags in that matchup. It's really scary. So I don't know. We'll see. It's worth looking to see always on Always Be running to see what changes based on what's good and what's not good. I can't believe they show all the full art here. That's really cool. That's me. We'll be back next week. Enjoy your summers. Hopefully you're good. If you have your regionals this weekend, best of luck with the last of 3.2. Go play those crowdfundings. I also find it pretty commendable how Nisei just recently put out, I don't know, maybe some people feel bad about it if they're on sale already, but Nisei just put out their new crowdfunding alt arts for sale and they get a cut of them and then they ban the card immediately. Oh, we can see the full art. Yeah, I'd play that. That sucks, but what can you do? Hopefully see y'all next week. If not, enjoy yourselves. Happy net running. Ciao.